Previously heard on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Otis, of these new guys that they're bringing in, and you just went through, I mean, there's a lot of them.
Right.
Percentage-wise, how many of them are they looking at saying, we've got to have this guy play and play well right now? I mean, we need him to come in here. If he's a bust, we've not done our job right here.
Chuck, I know you and Bo well, and I knew you'd probably ask that. And so I wrote down 10 players that I think
that's
there's probably
right
more.
There.
There's 10 players I wrote down with knowing that one of you two would ask that question. I wrote down Chris Marshall at wide receiver, Lakai Rowe. Well, let me do this, Puppy. Chris Marshall at wide receiver, Bryant Williams and Terrence Robertson at offensive tackle, Malachi Braylon from Memphis at offensive guard, Carter Stoutmire and Christian Harrison at safety, Xavier Sims, a defensive tackle from Oregon, and I think I said Chris Marshall, but Lakai Rowland and Jaheim Johnson at corners, and Kamari House at linebacker. Those to me, that's 10 kids, guys. If I didn't leave somebody out, but that's 10 kids I wrote down because I knew you'd probably have to, and that's legit. Those are legit 10 guys that they really need to step up there. Sorry, now there'll probably be some others, but even if there's not, if you get 10 starters right there, and those are some important positions. You got 3 offensive linemen, 2 corners, 2 safeties, a linebacker, wide receiver. So, I mean, we're talking pretty important positions,
I know the linebacker from North Carolina had a lot of production. That's a thing that Cignetti, and I don't want to get into this cliche of everybody's got to do it like Cignetti now.
Right.
But I do love the idea and the philosophy that you go get guys that have produced somewhere else.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
Well, the reality is, guys, in the sports world, fans, we all think we know. We know everything about sports. We have all the answers. Now, when you take your car down to get it fixed, you don't look at the guy and go, that's not how you do that. Are you an idiot? That's not how that works. You don't go to the doctor's office and say, I don't know. I don't really like. Some people are absolute know-it-alls. They want to tell the pilot how to fly the plane. But most of us know. We realize that's not our lane. But in sports, it's everybody's lane.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
Driving my son to school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, let's turn on the Chuck and Bo show.
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
I'm just going to apologize to you guys right up front. I didn't watch a minute of the Pro Bowl last night, and I know that's what America's talking about this morning. And you guys probably hung on every moment, but I didn't catch any of the Pro Bowl game.
What kept you away from it?
Well, just general disinterest, to be perfectly honest. No. But I did see a couple of the highlights this morning. A simulated tush-push in a flag football game, and Micah Parsons trying to come on the field in a scooter. I mean, it was just it's kind of a joke. But I didn't watch any of it. Any of you guys watch Pro Bowl last night? Bart? Nope.
No.
Edward? Nope.
No, I forgot it was on.
Yeah.
I navigated to Disney Plus to turn on King of the Hill while I was falling asleep.
That's always.
And,
that's a good show.
And I saw the big Pro Bowl banner because ESPN's on Disney Plus now.
Of course.
And I proceeded to.
The
Hill.
promos were everywhere, but I still managed to avoid it last night.
I don't know.
What have we become?
The league is so good. Has something like this. It's just. The answer to your question is no. I did see it on television somewhere.
I mean, there were
like off in the distance,
and it dominated all the sports TV last night. That was it, basically.
Chive, I didn't watch it, so I guess I can't say this, but Chive TV seems a little more entertaining.
Yeah,
guys on 4-wheelers flipping over ramps, and
I didn't watch that either.
Falling down, and
But I mean, basically the
stunts
games
gone wrong.
There were 2 college games on last night. And at least that I was interested in. Maybe there were some on other channels. I think Muss's team played later, but I didn't watch that. I saw they won. But yeah, he just kind of dominated everything last night. The Pro Bowl did.
Yeah.
And I just can't understand.
Did it dominate?
Yeah, I mean that was the sports show on last night.
Is that what everybody's talking about this morning?
I'm certain it is at the coffee shops all across America.
That could do that.
I don't think anyone watched it.
talk
I
about
mean, I really don't. I don't think anyone
get
watched it.
someone on to talk about it?
No, I was just saying that
wouldn't
if
even-
you were counting on me
Yeah.
to recap
Yeah, it's
the most talked
disappointing. I
about
was.
sporting event in
I
America,
was.
then
Yes,
I'm going to
was
let you
counting-
down.
I was counting on you, actually.
I'm going to let you down.
That's rare. Usually, if I'm counting on you,
I know.
I can count on it.
But it was just too much to stomach.
Would you play a flag football game if you were invited to play in a celebrity flag football game? Chuck Barrett, voice
I
of the
don't know if I
Razorbacks.
would
flag
now.
football.
I mean, I'm not sure I would now. There was a time, yes, absolutely.
But you would consider it now, or you're not sure?
I don't know. I sprained my ankle about 5 years ago, and I've got a psychological hurdle I just can't get over. It hurt like hell, man. I mean, it really did. And I just thought, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not doing this. I'm a lot older than you guys. My bones are brittle.
Tell us about your athleticism.
Well, it's significant, but I'm just saying that I'm not doing that anymore.
Yeah, those quick moves, that the fast twitch stuff. What age do you need to let that go? I saw there was a giant fight in
I'm
Arizona
63,
at some
so
flag
I
football
think
tournament.
I think it's time for me to let it go.
Grown men playing flag football seems like a fight could happen at any moment.
Well, that's when you tear an
Not
Achilles
in the NFL,
or
like
an
rec
ACL.
league.
I've seen too many grown men like end up on crutches because they like blew out an Achilles or they just do things. And I don't want to be on crutches for like 6 months. I just don't.
Yeah, that's kind of how basketball ended for me. Somebody knocked a rib out one
Yeah.
day, of me. Like, boom,
Yeah.
shoulder to the rib cage.
And you're done because you remember. You remember how it felt.
Oh, I got to go to work the next day. You
Yeah.
know, we got to keep moving in life. You're raising kids or whatever you're doing, and you're not trying to put yourself in that kind of situation.
Taking an elbow to the ribs.
Yeah. So I had a press conference. And wrote a
Announced your
letter.
retirement.
Wrote a letter, and to all the fans that were coming to FAC to watch me play basketball,
Yeah,
that it was
yeah,
over.
yeah.
It was a tearful press conference.
That 5 a.m. crowd's dwindled now that you're not
It used
out
to
there
be
playing
noon. There's
basketball.
still a noon crowd.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't think the 5 a.m. crowd's ever going to dwindle. Maybe.
No, I
in a
mean
few
the group
years.
that comes to watch them play.
Oh, there's nobody.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
The only people watching the play are the ones hoping you'll lose so they can get on the court
That's
next.
right. So they can get their game in, get out of there.
They get their little sweat in.
I've got a game tonight.
I was going to ask, how's Edwards' team doing?
Game day. 5-1. Well, I wasn't at the last game. I don't know if we won.
You weren't at the last game, and you don't know if you won.
Yeah,
Wow.
we're either 5-1 or
What a-
6-0. I'll find out tonight.
What a teammate.
We were 5-0 last time I played.
They're undefeated, and he misses a game, and he doesn't even check to see if they won the game.
Huh.
How is anybody supposed to take this seriously?
I'll find out tonight.
What do you mean? Like,
It's like
aren't you at the top of the standings?
Yeah, I don't know how to access that that file.
Do you
of
not
where the
talk to
standings
anybody
are.
on your team?
No, I do. We have a group text. They just didn't send the final score last week or on Friday, last Friday. Yeah.
Do you think you're still on the team? I mean, maybe
hope so.
you think you're still getting playing time?
Did it occur to you to
Yeah.
text someone, did we win?
No,
No?
no.
I got you.
I mean, it's
You're more of a me guy.
if this was like 40 years ago, would
I
you
mean,
text somebody if you won?
you would-
You just show up and you get the result.
Well,
in
I
person.
remember how you knew your stat line precisely when you came in the other day. So clearly, I mean, you
Yeah.
knew your stat line down to the T, but you don't know if your team won. That tells me that you're a me guy. All right, that's just the message I
I don't
get.
have any comment about that.
Yeah, I mean, there's not.
I mean,
much
I'm going to
say.
show up tonight. It's 8:30. It's terribly
Oh my
late at
gosh.
night.
Jeez.
Well, what caused you to miss the last game?
It was a Friday night, and I wanted to not. go
You
to
just
the
didn't
game.
want to go, huh?
Friday and Saturday nights are sacred with this job.
Huh.
Yeah,
But
Okay.
they're not.
but Wednesday
during the
night's
week.
good.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, Wednesday night's good. Yeah, yes,
8:30 Wednesday night's good for you.
yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Wow.
I've gotten good
Edward
sleep this
skipped a
week so far.
Friday night game so he could go to a Wednesday night game instead at 8:30.
Yeah, probably,
just-
I'll probably be in bed by 10.
He wanted to enjoy his Friday night without having to go play basketball.
Without having
that
to
was the
go play
deal.
That's right.
basketball.
You know.
I think you're near the end too. When you start skipping games,
No, I'm not even.
when you
close.
start skipping games because you want to have your
Well, I
Friday
mean,
night,
no,
which is
Edward-
another sign of him being a me guy.
Edward will play when it's convenient.
Yeah.
I mean, he will.
That's right.
He's a convenience guy.
right.
You know,
I
when
mean,
he
I
fit it in.
paid my due. I paid into the league. Like it's not like
Yeah,
I'm-
that's not what
it's not like I'm paying per game.
That's not. It's not whether your check clears to get into the league. It's do you show up for your team?
Yes, I do when I've.
What kind of
whenever
message-
I'm there.
Convenient.
What
Whenever
kind of
I'm there.
message is that for your young son?
I've missed one game.
When he says,
Yeah,
like,
you know what kind of a message?
Daddy,
it is?
why are you home tonight?
Well, because I love your mother and I want to hang out with her tonight
Yeah.
instead of go play basketball with a bunch of sweaty men.
Yeah. Well, how many people do you think
What's
like
the message all the other nights when you
Yeah,
go play?
Yeah.
Dad needs some time away, and I'm gonna go play basketball.
Okay.
It's
So
it's
it's-
okay to care for yourself.
So the message is
I can
whatever
spin it
Dad
anyway.
needs.
When it's convenient.
Yeah.
When it's
I
convenient.
can spin it anyway.
Well,
want me
you
to.
can. I'm not sure it's going well from a messaging standpoint.
I think it's going great.
well for you. Again, it's for you. The messaging for you is going well. But if you're talking about the youth of America, we're not putting you in front of anybody.
Well, I'm not playing youth sports. I'm playing adult bronze
no.
league basketball.
No, I'm talking about as an example. As a what would you tell young people? Like Edward, what would you tell young people about missing the game on Friday night?
But it's uncomparable to their sports. It's uncomparable.
Just wait.
They've
That's
got a future ahead of them. I don't.
Every adult's comment to kids, you're too young to understand.
That's
Wait,
right.
just wait. This is an adult conversation, okay?
This
Kids?
is the rec league
This is-
version of load management right here.
That's right.
This is load management.
Do you know how fresh my legs will be tonight?
Oh, incredibly. I'm
Oh,
sure.
you'll be. Hopefully, you don't get ahead of yourself because you have such fresh legs.
Yeah.
You're not going faster than your mind. Can
That's
go.
good advice.
Your mind is going faster than your.
Got to
feet
let
can
the
go.
game come to me tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll be like Billy Richmond with like no governor.
Yeah. No, you don't want that.
No.
That's going to lead to some bad turnovers.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like Billy's
an
like
injury.
controlled chaos out there. It is amazing that he is able to finish. Like he just plays with like this.
He really
this
does.
just motor that.
It's
does-
wild abandon. I mean, he just he takes off for the rim and I mean dares you to get in his way. I mean, he's really
He's
does.
fun to watch.
Oh, he is.
Bart's he can't talk this morning.
What's the problem, Bart? You under the weather?
Yeah, I got a swollen throat situation
Huh.
going on.
I could tell when you walked
Doesn't-
in something was
Doesn't
wrong.
feel great to
I
talk.
could tell something was wrong.
What happened?
I have no idea.
You just woke up feeling this way.
No.
Started last night.
Yeah, I started.
Comes on at night a lot of the time.
I went for a walk around the neighborhood.
Oh, that's
got
what
got
they
back
do,
from
yeah.
got back from that, and
You just felt it.
yeah, it started feeling a little off after that. And
Yeah.
So you're feeling good because you're going for a walk.
Didn't
and
didn't
then you're
sleep
feeling
very well.
bad.
Yeah.
All of a sudden.
Yeah.
That's that cold
So
air,
exercise
night air.
exercise sucks. Is,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
Exercise is.
Well,
is
I mean, you
not
asked
the-
for
is
it.
Not
I
the
mean,
way
you
to
went for
go.
the walk.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, boy, that I don't agree with that. I think you generally feel a lot better when you exercise, but you can get sick. At any time, whether you're exercising or laying in bed, could happen. Are you saying the walk?
You could die anytime.
the walk put you over the edge. Did you take anything last night before you went to bed?
No, I thought it was just like an allergy situation,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
perhaps it still is, but
Those allergies will get you.
I'm
So-
not sure.
I don't know how I fit in here, but so far Chuck didn't watch the Pro Bowl. Edward skipped his basketball game we learned on Friday night. He's going to an 8:30 game tonight.
Was that the night you and Bart went out?
No, we went out Saturday night.
You and Bart,
Yeah.
a couple of studs. How'd it
You
go?
guys went out?
Yeah.
What do you mean you went out? What does going out look like?
Well, the gay man was like, Bart, was like, hey, we're going out. You want to come? So Grandma
Hey,
came
we're
over,
going.
Hannah and I got in the car, and we went out. We met him out.
Wow.
We hung
I
out.
had no
What an
idea.
invite.
Wow. You
what
want
an
to come
invite.
hang
What
out?
did you do?
You wouldn't have come. You wouldn't have come.
I didn't
Well, I
say
think- I think
otherwise. I
that's
said,
understood.
what an invite.
I thought you meant for yourself.
No, I was
It
talking about for
sounded
you.
envious.
What an invite.
I know. It was
What'd you
I'm
fun.
guys
happy
do?
for you.
What'd you
Hey.
guys do?
Went to a couple bars. What do you mean? What did we do?
I'm just sorry.
Well, tell me about the night.
Well,
What's it like going out with Bart? That's what we all want to
He-
know.
I wasn't sure what to expect, but one thing that did happen is he kept getting recognized. like his
he's
voice.
Bart.
He's
Bart.
at the bar ordering drinks, and someone's like, I know that voice.
Yeah,
That's Bart.
yeah. That's Bart.
That's
That's
Bart
right.
Pullman.
Really?
From the Chevy of Fayetteville situation.
It
room.
happened multiple times. It
was
at the
it was
basketball
fascinating.
At the basketball
Yeah.
game, and then later it happened.
Yeah.
That's
Well, did you
huge.
tell them you had a cutout at the game that day?
No, I didn't.
Did you
I
guys
didn't
see me and my cutout? Wow.
Yeah.
That's it. Now, did anybody walk up to you and say, "What are you angry about?"
No,
Who do you hate today?
no,
Who's on your list today?
no.
Who have you canceled today? None of that.
No one said,
They
I
ju-
don't like
did
Doug
they
Shows
seem-
either. Did anybody say that?
No.
Did people seem like were they favorably responding to Bart, or were
Yeah,
they?
what was it like?
It was like I can't believe it's like the voice of God.
That's
you look
awesome.
over and it's like,
That is
that's
so
Bart.
awesome.
It's like I know that voice.
Bart is beloved.
Yeah.
He's beloved.
That is great.
It's like if Morgan Freeman was ordering a drink. It's like
Yeah.
I know that
Yeah.
voice.
Yeah.
I know that voice.
That
Yeah,
is
I can see
great.
that.
Yeah, and that's basically what it was.
Did anybody call him Mark like they do when he calls it
No,
his to-go order?
no, it was respectful. No Simpsons jokes. It was
That's
it was
terrific.
Bart Pullman.
Well, somebody really, not Bart famous,
The man.
but really famous, the face of the SEC network is going to join us next. Dari would go out with Bart.
Oh,
He'd hit the town with Bart.
It's happened.
It's happened in Birmingham.
It sounds like Bart's the guy to go out with. I mean, if
I
you
mean,
want
I
attention.
don't know what you're doing this weekend, Chuck. I guess you'll be in Starkville.
Yeah, I mean, Bart, you want to go?
To Starkville, not particularly.
Take him along with you. Dari Noka, the face of the SEC network, joins us next. Are we a bunch of idiots or
Yes,
what?
we are.
Yes.
Yes, we are. Yes.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Did you know Chevy of Fayetteville is the #1 volume dealer in Northwest Arkansas? That means nobody sells more cars, trucks, or SUVs than Chevy of Fayetteville. They've been a part of our community for over 25 years. They're supporters of our local schools and the Razorbacks. And they're the best after the sale. An award-winning service and parts department, a waiting area, complimentary loaners. So go see Chris Mark in Denver and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville, inside the Fayetteville Auto Park.
Are you looking for tough, reliable equipment from people you can trust? WT Equipment is your local family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And yep, they're big-time hog fans too. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, Steel, and more. They carry the brands you know and trust to get the job done. Whether it's equipment or implements, WT Equipment has the tools you need, including a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment today.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Distribution Solutions Incorporated began providing superior customer service back in 1997 based out of Harrison, Arkansas, and they're supporting our local communities today and always looking for professional OTR drivers. DSI knows drivers by name. They're about their people, and when you work with DSI, it feels more like a family than a job, and they know home time matters. If you're a driver, check out their website, drivedsi.com. All the benefits, all the vacation time, and that home time that matters. Kids, there's never a good deal good enough with a bad person. Still a bad deal.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Cutting corners is generally a bad idea. And when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by Teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com. Make Valentine's Day easy this year with a gift card from Woodhouse Spa Rogers. And when you go in spa and purchase $150 or more, you'll receive a complimentary Lux Spa candle. Or a $350 gift card gets you a Kendra Scott bracelet at no additional cost while supplies last. Give the gift of relaxation this Valentine's Day. For more info, call 479-335-2800 or log on to rogers.woodhousespas.com. If you haven't tried a flight by Yuengling, you're missing out on the great taste of Yuengling that is a light beer. It's the next generation of light beer. Get it on draft, in the can, the new skinny cans, and now the new 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle. Perfect for any occasion. It's just 95 calories, and you're still enjoying a Yuengling. Take your beer game to new heights with Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer.
High school sports in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley have never had a bigger stage. I'm Alyssa Orange, host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, and every week we'll be bringing you the stories, highlights, and moments that matter most to our communities. Don't miss a beat. Subscribe to our newsletter, check out the Varsity Vibe podcast, and follow us on social media for the latest scores and spotlight features. Get it all at varsityvibearkansas.com.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
I can't figure out if Chuck's playing a role here, or this is how he feels, or if he cares at all.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Dari Noka is the face of the SEC now.
The heart and soul.
He is. Been there from the beginning. And he's joining us on the Chuck and Bo Show here at 6:21 on, I guess today's Wednesday. Is today Wednesday?
Well, there's no game for us this week, so it's strange.
Weird. It's weird. They play on Saturday. Dari, you're up early. You were up early this morning. How are you, my friend?
I'm good, man. I was up early this morning because I went to bed at like 8:30 last night. I couldn't function, so I went to bed. So got up early, man.
Wow.
You know?
Did you had
the night off?
Just a rough week, or were you not feeling well?
Man, I don't know. No, I did. I did not work, and I don't know, man. It's been so cold, and we got a whole bunch of snow, and it's been cloudy. You know, it's just kind of like the doldrums, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't really know, but I don't know. I was just ready to go to bed, man. I mean, my wife and I watched one show, and I was like, you know what? I'm ready to go to bed. So do it. So I went to bed. But I had to get up early, man, to prep radio because I didn't do it last night. So.
Your show later today. What's on the Dari Noka show later today?
What is on it? Well, Joe Castiglione's coming out. We had this big news yesterday that I don't know if you guys have been over to the Lloyd Noble Center, but that thing is a 50-year-old.
I was there the other night. Yeah.
Yeah. You would have been. So they've been pushing through trying to get this new arena entertainment district that would feature an arena, which it needs so badly, and it had been hung up in court. And yesterday morning, I get on the air at 9 Central, and about 9:02, I get an alert from one of our bosses. Who's been kind of behind this and instrumental in all this, and it says, oh my gosh, the Supreme Court just ruled it's going to happen. So, but yeah, it was like this whole thing, and the city council said yes, and then a bunch of idiot OU professors and a whole bunch of other city people said, wait a minute, we should get a vote on this, not the council. And the Supreme Court said, we will decide who gets to vote on this, and after months and months and months and months, they said, nope, we're going to go with the city council's ruling, and here it is. So they're going to get a new arena, and everybody's buzzing about it. So Joe C. will be on our show here at, right off the top of the show, and that's probably going to be what carries us a lot, is this new arena that we need for that men's basketball team that's lost 8 games in a row, and we'll probably have a new coach soon enough. But it's also for women's hoops and gymnastics, and they're all pretty good.
Well, I was going to ask you about that. I mean, if you're building a new arena, things have not gone real well basketball-wise. I mean, do you just do a total change? Do they just do a total change, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, Chuck, I don't. The arena, I don't think has much to do with it. I do think Porter's probably on his last leg, and we are also changing ADs. So Joe C. is kind of going to be stepping out, and they just hired a guy by the name of Roger Denny, who's been at Illinois, but as an attorney as well, or 15 years in law, and he's really, really, really kind of a mix of AD/business/ contracts and all of the things that matter now in college sports. So he's going to be taking over on the 15th, and then Joe C. will kind of lead him for a while before he kind of backs out. But, all that change, yeah, I mean, it's hard for me to believe that Porter's going to be around long, which sucks because I really like Porter. I consider him a fairly close friend, and I think that he's done mostly all he can with the resources that they give him. But the inability to close basketball games, much like the Arkansas one, and that Arkansas one is just one example of what's happened so many times this year, where they're in position to win games against better teams, and it just falls apart at the end. And they're at Kentucky tonight, so if they're ever even in that position, I'd be surprised. But it has not gone well, to say the least.
Hey, what do you make of the league right now? I mean, is Florida separating itself? I mean, Alabama's got Bediako. Arkansas was hot until they lost. So, I mean, what's your take on all this?
It's wide open, man. It feels like it. Like Florida, I thought had started to look like its Final Four self, and then they get thumped by Auburn at home, before bouncing back. Well, the Bediako deal, that could come to an end on Friday. Depends on what that ruling is in Tuscaloosa. But I think you look at like Tennessee, Arkansas, Kentucky, A&M. I mean, still nobody talks about that. They still can't get in the top 25 despite being 7-1 in the league. But I think they're really good too. So I think it's really open, and it's going to set up for a great, last half of the regular season in conference play, a great tournament. And, do we have that team that can end up in the Final Four in Indianapolis? We had 2 last year. And I think at its best, I think Florida can. I just don't know if there's another one that can.
Daria, you mentioned resources for OU basketball and really a lack thereof. And that's a conversation we've had around Arkansas football quite a bit. And that has really dominated the conversation since really the firing of Pittman and since the season ended. And now it seems as though there's this move within the athletic department, the board of trustees, that they know they've got to get football right and they've got to get those resources. Yeah. And I would be surprised if they haven't spent $25 million, including rev share and NIL, on their roster this year, which is probably 10 to 12 million more than they had last year. And then they get Ryan Silverfield as the new head coach. What do you think $25 million does in comparison to the rest of the league? Meaning, did everybody else jump up too, or should we expect some sort of surplus result from Arkansas?
That's a great question, man.
Great question. Really good.
a lot of it's going to go into where the $25 million is spent, right? So how much quality depth is there? Is it being put on, how heavily is it on the quarterback? Does he have guys to work with in skill positions? I would look at OU last year, and for instance, they did a really good job, spent a lot of money in retention of guys like R. Mason Thomas, Deion Burks, and the defensive tackles, but they did really nothing to help themselves offensively. They thought they did with John Mateer, but it just didn't materialize for a while, and health was a factor. So, how much you spend on it is one thing, but where you spend it is another. And so I don't know that we know that until we kind of see what it looks like on the field. And other places too, all of these places where they've made coaching changes, and there are so many in the league this year, have also, those coaching changes have gone hand in hand with enhanced spending, because, when you've got all of the big donors saying we're not spending another dime as long as Sam Pittman is the coach, or Billy Napier is the coach, or Hugh Freeze is the coach, for instance, then that backs the ADs and the departments into a corner, and they don't have a choice but to make a change, usually in the midseason, and we're going to keep seeing more of that. That change gets made, the donations start coming back in, so I also think you're going to see that at places like Auburn, and you're going to see that at Florida. You're going to see that at places where they think they were just a little bit away. I think you're going to see that at Oklahoma, for instance, on the offensive side of the ball, and you have seen that there. So, Arkansas is not going to be alone in this enhanced spending. So I would not expect necessarily a great surplus in wins. I think that the spending is important, but I also think we have to see, was it effective spending?
Yeah,
and the
did
points, they buy themselves some depth and more explosiveness and defense? How much did they, how much did they pay attention to that defense?
The point's a good one, and it covers all teams. Like we saw, this is one of the most interesting things about Cignetti, is he just did such a great job of evaluating what he needed on his roster and getting it, regardless of where they were coming from. And it's almost like coaches getting out when they get a bunch of money and they pay high-dollar players, but they miss a lot on putting the whole puzzle together. And so we don't know how that's all going to play out with all the teams this year.
Dari, generally speaking, is it more expensive to build a defense or build an offense?
I think it's probably offense. Just when you look at the high-dollar quarterback, you're typically going to spend high on receivers and you're going to spend high on offensive tackles. That's where I think those are three of the highest dollar positions on a football field. You're going to spend a lot on defensive end and defensive tackle for sure on defense.
Right.
But it's probably going to be a little bit more on offense because you're going to have those higher dollar individuals. You know, I think defense you're going to spend a little bit more across the board and you're going to address all three levels, but you end up spending more individually, I think, on some of those offensive positions. So it's probably on the offense. But, you know, all eyes on Arkansas are most eyes are going to be on the defense and what they do there, and I'm certainly curious to see how that looks.
I don't know if you watched any of the Pro Bowl last night or whatever that was. We did not.
No, I did not.
Okay, but I was thinking, I was leading to this. You know, for those that watched and saw like some guys playing flag football, and maybe they play in a flag football league, you know, at the local park. Have you at any point considered going back to college and playing ball? I mean, it seems like anybody can, and I don't know what your skill level is today, but it seems like anybody that wants to right now could say, you know, I missed that, and I didn't get the money.
I'm going to go back to college.
I mean, really? I was driving down the road yesterday thinking, we've seen movies and Saturday Night Live skits about this like
old school.
Decades ago.
Yeah.
And now it's like, it's not even a joke anymore. It's happening.
It's so bad. But so to answer your question, no, because I'm almost 50 and everything kind of starting to hurt now.
Yes.
And, you know, and I have a 4-year-old, you know, on top of that, so that makes it a little bit more difficult too. But like this, that's why this Bediako thing Friday is just massive. Like it is going to have a wide-ranging impact on all of this across a variety of sports. Like if this judge, which is, you know, not the judge that attended Alabama and is a booster, says that, no, you're done, then he's done. And that hopefully would lead other judges to say the same thing about future cases. And if this judge says Bediako can continue to play and finish out the year, then I think you're going to get what you're going to get. You're going to get more of these dudes, and whether they played in the NBA or, you know, we've got to define why is it okay for Bediako? Is it because his 5-year clock did not end? I mean, does this mean that a guy that never started his clock, like LeBron James, could go back and go play in college, or, you know, or baseball players that bypass college to go to the draft, they're going to get 5 years now? I mean, I don't understand, you know, really where the line is. But this thing on Friday is really, 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 really important. And I don't know if enough people are paying attention to it. Because, man, that could really, really open the floodgates, as if they're not already open enough.
Wow, going to be wild. Well, my man, have a great Wednesday. Have a great show talking about all the excitement with the OU basketball arena. It's always fun to talk to Joe Castiglione, I'm sure. And
he's great.
We'll catch up soon, my man. Always appreciate you getting up early and rolling with us.
Thank you, Dari.
You got it. Hey, well, let me say one other thing, by the way. This new AD that's coming in is boys with Bielema, and is cooler than hell. Like, so I was on a text thread with him and Bielema the other night. It's hysterical. Bielema's all over the Big Ten versus the SEC thing, man.
Oh, yeah,
he's waving that. He's waving that.
He was
Big Ten
texting
flag
us last year. He was giving us the business. It was awesome. Our guy. All right, man. All right, be good. Dari Nowkhah on the Chuck and Bo Show here, SEC Network. He was so about the SEC when he was here, and he's so about the Big Ten. And by the way, he's for the moment he's on the right side of it.
I was going to say, if I was him, I'd talk about how tough the Big Ten is too.
The Big Ten is the superior conference right now, right? Huh? 6:34. Good morning. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. We're just kind of wading through it, figuring it out with you this morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Make Valentine's Day easy this year with a gift card from Woodhouse Spa Rogers. And when you go in spa and purchase $150 or more, you'll receive a complimentary Lux Spa candle. Or a $350 gift card gets you a Kendra Scott bracelet at no additional cost while supplies last. Give the gift of relaxation this Valentine's Day. For more info, call 479-335-2800 or log on to rogers.woodhousespas.com. Chuck has thoughts. I want to have some coffee and let you guys roll for a while. This is going to be good.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
The Razorbacks and your ability or inability to go to games has always been a status symbol in our state. It's always been a status symbol. Where do you sit? How often do you go? When I was growing up and you went to a game and you bought a program, all the foundation members were listed. Their level of giving was listed. Their hometown was listed. You went and you looked at it. Those were the important people in your town. They wanted their names in there. It was an ego boost. The only ones that didn't were the ones that didn't want their preacher to know they were giving more to the Razorbacks than they were to the church. There was a lot of them out there. But it was a status symbol. It's always been a status symbol, more so now than ever. The Razorbacks should not be just for the people in our state that have done the best financially or have inherited the most money from their parents. That's not what the Razorbacks were intended to be. That's not how this program was built. That's the reason that even though there is another university that plays Division I football in our state, we are still 90% a Razorback state, even in the areas that are a 30-minute drive from the other place. The Razorbacks still dominate. I don't know if that's an era gone by. I don't know. I do know that there is, and this is when I used the word psychology a little bit earlier, this is where it all comes into play. I think we're in dangerous territory when the Razorbacks become a symbol of how well you've done in life. Whether or not you go to the games become a symbol of how well you've done in life. That's a slippery slope, and we're right in the middle of it right now. And I do think you run the risk of losing a loyal fan base.
When you're looking for tough, reliable equipment for people you trust, WT Equipment delivers. WT Equipment is a local, family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And they've built their reputation by carrying the brands you know and depend on. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, and Steel, they have the equipment and implements to get the job done right. Whether you're tackling a big job or everyday work, WT Equipment offers a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance, including compact track loaders, skid steers, excavators, and more. Their lots are packed and ready to move with special deals you don't want to miss. Bobcat is the industry leader, tough, reliable, and built to handle any job you throw at it. Nobody does light construction or hay and forage better than WT Equipment, backed by trusted service and support long after the sale. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment location today or log on to WTEquip.com. Tools you trust and people you know.
You know, Oaklawn and Hot Springs is where excitement, luxury, and nonstop action come together, all in one unforgettable destination. The Oaklawn Casino Resort features a 24/7 smoke-free casino with more than 1,500 slot machines, plus blackjack, craps, roulette, along with great dining, live entertainment, and energy that goes all night. When it comes time to relax, check into the luxury hotel, enjoy award-winning restaurants like the Bugler, and unwind at the Astral Spa, Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa. And it's the perfect escape with Hot Springs National Park and beautiful scenic lakes just minutes away. And for sports fans, Oaklawn Sportsbook keeps the action going year-round. Bet on football, basketball, baseball, golf, and more. Even international sports with easy deposits and withdrawals, all through America's best sports betting app. Oaklawn is your Hot Springs escape. Plan your visit today at oaklawn.com.
The Chuck and Bo Show on demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Catch up on all 3 hours with the podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
Everybody wants to win. When you, as a fan or a person or whoever, make everything about winning, you're saying that only winning is acceptable. And I guarantee you, you don't win every single day.
The Chuck and Bo
I don't
Show.
know.
Winning every day. Winning every day with Bart Pullman.
And Edward, when he comes to the game.
Yeah,
he
when he manages to
Skipped
show.
the game on Friday. Went out with Bart on Saturday. What a weekend.
Yeah, that's a winning
amazing.
weekend.
What time did y'all
right
get to
there.
bed on Saturday night?
Stay out. Did you close him down?
No comment.
Did you close him down?
I left. Me and Hannah left much earlier than
Oh, yeah.
Bart was still holding court when
we
you
were getting
left.
tired. We said, "All right, time to go."
Bart was getting recognized.
Because guess what? We got to wake up and take care of a 1-year-old.
Yeah.
Were you?
Who did you wake up and take care of, Bart?
Yeah, really. How'd your night end? How'd your night end? That's what. That's what America wants to know. Who'd you go home with, Bart? Come on.
I apologize. Joe just came right out with it.
Well, that's what people are wondering.
That's what people are, yeah. On behalf of the people, let me ask this question. Should we have asked Gus yesterday when he was on the show? Man, you ever wonder what could have been?
I wondered
But
about
you took that
lately.
$49 million at Auburn, stayed there.
I sort of think, honestly, for a lot of Razorback fans, yesterday, after they'd already retired, I mean, they thought, I wonder, how it would have gone.
When's the
What would have
the
happened?
first time he could have came was in the middle of spring. It'd been about like a month from now, 2 months from now, in April.
Well,
When,
that was
when
a
the whole
different
Petrino
era.
thing
That was a
happened, and he
different
was at
era.
A-State.
Yeah.
And that didn't happen. And then he's at Auburn. And then Chad Morris, after his 2 seasons here of a 2-back shot offense that loves to push the ball downfield, and now that's back at Clemson. Anyhow, when Chad left or was run out of here in 2019, there were conversations with Gus, and it could have happened then. And then he got $49 million to stay at Auburn. Had an $18 million buyout when he left? When
I
they
don't recall.
finally got rid of him?
I don't recall.
It was something like that. It was a lot of money. And anyhow, it just never worked out at Arkansas. I think he was interested in the Arkansas job this time around.
$21 million.
And they hired Silverfield.
Yeah, I think there was interest.
Thank you, Bart.
I think there was interest. I think there's been legitimate interest a couple of times, and this, was the most recent. I don't know this time though if it was ever maybe as serious as it was the time before. I honestly think there was a point there, and you just kind of touched on it, where maybe it was a little closer than people realized, but at the end of the day, it never happened.
Yeah, when he was at Auburn.
Right, when he was at Auburn. Yeah.
Silverfield was on the Pig Trail Nation, and we'll play some clips from that.
Yeah, I heard that.
Here in a minute. But what do you think would have happened if Gus had come here in 2019?
I don't know. I mean, everything has changed so rapidly. There might have been more money. There might have been more booster money. I don't know. When Dari was talking about this a while ago, how you spend your money, that's a really important thing for Arkansas now. And we'll see how they do that moving forward. But there might have been a little bit more money, but I'm not sure. We'll never know.
Would you have given a bunch of money?
Well, I wouldn't have had a bunch to give, but there might have been some who would have. But by the same token, you've got to win.
I mean, while we're on the topic, we could just go any direction you want on what would have been. What if John Gruden had actually been a candidate? For example, you can go anywhere you want.
What if that meal at Powerhouse had been the best meal he'd ever eaten?
What if James Franklin had come in here in a black SUV late at night and they snuck him in and showed him around and he was...
Then he decided to go.
Bart, what's your what if? When you sit around at home, like when you woke up 15 times last night, we just heard Bart's sleep pattern.
Bart had a sleepless night. He's not feeling well. There's nothing worse.
He's very melancholy this morning. Like, can we piss you off this morning? Like, that's my goal, sort of. Just like, I want to see if we can get to a Bart level today.
I was afraid something was wrong. That, something was amiss when he walked in. Because I could tell that, he was not his usual chipper self.
His biorhythms
his biorhythms were off. I could recognize it right away. And then when he said he didn't feel well, I said, well, it all makes sense.
Yeah. Now and then you dug deeper.
Yeah.
What did the Aura Ring tell you?
Yeah. Yeah, what is your Aura Ring saying about you right now, Bart?
Well, let's
go to the app.
Yeah.
Let's find out.
By the way, where I was going with that, Bart, is I just would expect that you would jump in with something right here, like, what could have been. You know what I mean? Like, if you could revise history, what would
anything?
Like if
like in your own life or in somebody else's life?
Well, now we're into.
I was gonna say
now we've opened the
I don't
floodgates.
think I'm going there.
Yeah, that's fair. I was thinking about Razorback athletics.
I got you.
I was thinking, like, for example,
I just wanted to be clear.
If John L. Smith had worked out, if Petrino hadn't had the accident, or the other things that preceded it, stuff like that.
Oh gosh.
What if Houston Nutt had never left?
What if
Frank Broyles were still here?
What if Reggie Fish doesn't muff the punch in the SEC?
There you go. I knew you had one.
Yes.
I knew you had one.
What if?
Of all the things, that's still kind of like the all-timer for me.
That's a good one.
Because if
Arkansas
wins that, or
Arkansas
what
wins
if
the SEC
or what
championship.
if Dennis Johnson doesn't fumble at LSU with Arkansas having the lead in a 2-versus-3 play-in game for a spot
when
in the national
Petrino was the coach?
championship.
Yeah.
What if that doesn't happen?
What if we did this? What if we went back with AI and changed the highlights, like changed the clip of the game, and we could roll it out as though that didn't happen, and we could have Arkansas winning an SEC championship? What if? You don't have to worry about what if when it comes to First Security Bank. No. You know exactly what you're getting there. That's dependable, reliable people who know Arkansas. They know the community. They know the ins and outs, whether it's a loan or just helping you deal with your business or your personal checking account, your family, the people you want to put on it. FSBank.com, First Security Bank, member FDIC. Helping our Kansas bank better every day. You really make me want to call you a moron. I'm not going to do that, but I want to.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
If you haven't tried a flight by Yuengling, you're missing out on the great taste of Yuengling that is a light beer. It's the next generation of light beer. Get it on draft, in the can, the new skinny cans, and now the new 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle. Perfect for any occasion. It's just 95 calories, and you're still enjoying a Yuengling. Take your beer game to new heights with Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeicherGriffin.com.
Some moments call for more than just a win. They call for unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you're not just buying a diamond. You're creating an experience that starts the moment you walk through the door. Their newly remodeled space is absolutely stunning, and Cafe B has a personal touch you won't find anywhere else. Their in-house diamond expert makes it easy to find the perfect piece for any occasion, and that purple bag still undefeated when it comes to saving the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry, it's your story.
Cutting corners is generally a bad idea. And when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by Teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com.
High school sports in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley have never had a bigger stage. I'm Alyssa Orange, host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, and every week we'll be bringing you the stories, highlights, and moments that matter most to our communities. Don't miss a beat. Subscribe to our newsletter, check out the Varsity Vibe podcast, and follow us on social media for the latest scores and spotlight features. Get it all at varsityvibearkansas.com.
I love a day or weekend at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark, and members enjoy it all. State-of-the-art practice facilities, food, beverages, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, tennis and pickleball courts, and they can even book you an exclusive fly fishing trip. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. It's Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. It's home away from home. This is not interesting. It's just interesting to us.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric is here to help you lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Paschal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit gopaschal.com today to schedule your service.
And Razorback fans, we've got exciting news. Paschal is now proud to be the official air, plumbing, and electric provider of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Hey, it's Bo, and I had no idea how little I knew about insurance until my man James Boyette of State Farm started telling me. For over a decade, he's been delivering real value, not just the lowest price. That means helping customers find the right coverage for their life with personalized plans that evolve as life changes. Serving all of Arkansas and Missouri. If you're looking for a true insurance partner, auto, home, life, whatever you need, go to JamesBoyett.com.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acuras, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under $30,000. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutopark.com. That's FayettevilleAutopark.com.
Distribution Solutions Incorporated began providing superior customer service back in 1997 based out of Harrison, Arkansas, and they're supporting our local communities today and always looking for professional OTR drivers. DSI knows drivers by name. They're about their people, and when you work with DSI, it feels more like a family than a job, and they know home time matters. If you're a driver, check out their website, drivedsi.com. All the benefits, all the vacation time, and that home time that matters.
Did you know you can listen to a podcast version of the show? The Chuck and Bo Show On Demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park and can be found every weekday on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
When's the last time you wrote someone a handwritten note?
It's been a while, I have to admit. I mean, I've sent a lot of what I consider
birthday
to be
cards.
Meaningful texts, but I have...
The Chuck and Bo Show.
We're going to have some fun with this. We've just kind of walked into what if Gus Malzahn, had been here, back in 2019. Would he still be here? What would happen with Arkansas football? And people are hammering the text lines.
Oh, they really are. It's interesting.
I mean, what if Bobby Portis could come back and play, Daniel Gafford or whatever for a season basketball just to finish this off?
Someone said the biggest what if of all time. What if we'd hired Bear Bryant?
What if Sterner didn't fumble against Tennessee? What if the second championship had actually happened in 95? Boy, that was one all the way back to 95.
That
UCLA
big, dorky
loses
white
their
guy
point guard.
played like one great game his whole life, and he was just so much taller than Corliss. He was just so much taller.
I remember Jim Herrick telling me that his starting point guard getting hurt actually won the game for them because it just so happened that Tyus Edney played way better against Arkansas style than the other guy would have. Yeah. And it just worked out.
You know, people
got lucky.
You know, we had a text too about what if half of Nolan's 95 recruiting class hadn't been ruled ineligible.
Mm-hmm.
People forget they won the national title in 94 and then had the number one recruiting class in America. And, it just kind of imploded there.
Killed the momentum.
Yeah.
Killed the momentum. Of course, the foul ball's been brought up.
Yeah.
What if we caught the foul ball?
Yeah.
Bart brought up poor Reggie Fish and the muffed punt return. All the what ifs. I mean, I guess you're not supposed to do that, but why not? It seems like that's where we are.
It's
on a
impossible not to. Yeah, because I mean, let's face it. That era of Arkansas football, when Gus was coaching at Springdale and emerging as the college football candidate, that was there was a lot going on back then, and it's only natural people wonder, what if?
We could also spin this into the future. Most people look at what ifs in the future. You think about it as a negative, like, oh, what if I get sick? What if my business doesn't work? And usually it's a negative, and you have this fear and anxiety. Well, what if it does? What if Ryan Silverfield is the guy to take Arkansas for the next decade, maybe into a eventual expanded playoff? What if? I don't know. That's just the first hour. We got more to do.
Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric is here to help you lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Paschal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit gopaschal.com today to schedule your service.
And Razorback fans, we've got exciting news. Paschal is now proud to be the official air, plumbing, and electric provider of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
When it comes to watching games, nobody does it like Walk-Ons. Over 60 TVs at every location, and the food and drinks win. Mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine, like po' boys and gumbo, plus fan favorites, like the best burger you can get anywhere, and more draft beers and cocktails than you can count. Incredible food, wonderful service, and a viewing experience like none other. Walk-On Sports Bistro. We live for this.
Hey folks, Chuck Barrett here, the voice of the Razorbacks. And if you're ready for freedom from glasses or contacts, there's only one name you need to know: McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's LASIK, clear lens exchange, or advanced cataract surgery, they've got the solution to help you see your best, no matter your age. Doctors Betts and Mangarelli are the real deal, two of the most experienced surgeons anywhere. They've even taken care of my eyes. And now I'm seeing the basketball court crystal clear. I'm so glad I chose McDonald Eye, and you will be too.
Hey, it's Bo, and I want to share something that's completely enhanced my day-to-day life. About a year ago, I started telling you about the Sweatnum Edge. Well, over the last several months, here's what's happened for me. My energy level is completely different. My exercise gains have seen a big jump. My mind is clearer, and frankly, life is just more enjoyable. Now, that's my story. What about you? Search the Sweatnum Edge online and get a free evaluation today. It's made a big difference for me, and I know it can for you too. The Sweatnum Edge. See, this is what the Chuck and Bo show
Some
is.
moments
Just
call
show up
for
and have
more than
coffee
just a
with you.
win.
The
They
Chuck and
call
Bo
for
Show.
Unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you're not just buying a diamond. You're creating an experience that starts the moment you walk through the door. Their newly remodeled space is absolutely stunning, and Cafe B has a personal touch you won't find anywhere else. Their in-house diamond expert makes it easy to find the perfect piece for any occasion, and that purple bag is still undefeated when it comes to saving the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicher Realtors, the Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicher Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeicherGriffin.com.
At First Security Bank, banking isn't one size fits all. It's personal because everyone's financial journey looks a little different. From managing day-to-day spending, to running a small business, to helping your kids learn more smart money habits, or taking that big step toward buying a home. At First Security, you get the services you expect, the technology you need, and the real support of local people who live here, know the community, and take the time to understand what you're trying to accomplish. Life moves fast, and having a bank that moves with you makes a difference. Whether you prefer stopping by a branch, banking on the app, or picking up the phone to talk with someone who actually knows your name, First Security is there. They offer smart tools like mobile banking, bill pay, and mobile check deposit, along with thoughtful solutions like flex banking for kids, checking built for small businesses, and local mortgage lenders who guide you through the home buying process. Choose the power of personal. Bank better at First Security. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Previously heard on the Chuck and Bo Show.
So I think it was Saturday. I went to go get something for lunch, right? And I went to a local establishment that has a drive-through, right? I wanted a cheeseburger, right?
Is it a fast food place, or they just have a to-go lane?
No, I mean it's a drive-through.
It's a drive-through, and you went to get a cheeseburger.
Yeah,
okay,
that's right.
All right.
And I pull into the drive-through. I order my food. They ask for a name for the order, and I gave them my name.
Mark.
They called you Mark.
No. The guy said, "How's your pops Homer doing?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh man, I haven't heard that one before." So, I was like, "Well, we're off to a rip-roaring start here."
Did you say clever or something like that?
Yeah, I said, "That's funny." Get to the window, and the total was like $14.94 or something like that. Almost $15, not quite $15.
What all did you have in this order?
It was a burger and fries.
That was it?
That was it. I hand the guy a $20 bill, and he takes the $20 bill and is fixing change or like, putting it in the cash register, whatever. And he turns to me and is like, "Do you want your change, or would you like to leave it as a tip?"
Yeah.
And your response was?
$5 and something at the drive-thru. Right?
What'd you say?
I said, "No, I want my change."
Did you say it like that?
Oakland is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
For those of you under 30, sorry, but we're talking about what
talking about
talk
old man
radio
stuff.
used to be on.
We're talking
which
like
was
your
just
dad.
AM radio.
That's right.
That was
Never heard.
exclusively talk radio. FM was for music. AM was for talk radio. The thing about AM radio is all you need is power. But there are some big cities that's still what talk radio is.
I know.
on.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
But that's the only time I ever even think about an AM station. But if things go south here, we're going to be on
Chuck
one.
and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this much.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
Driving my son to school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "Let's heard on the Chuck and Bo
There we
Show."
go.
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Good conversation. That was not on the air. But it's fixed now. It's fixed now.
You guys are on the air.
7:03. Good morning. You know what? I went outside today to get in the truck and didn't have a jacket on.
It's a little cooler this morning than it was yesterday morning.
Well, it didn't feel that bad, is what I'm saying.
No,
I mean,
it was not terrible this
32,
morning.
You know, so
but it was like 50 yesterday.
I'm kind of like, I'm just fighting the whole thing off.
You're just mentally fighting
it's not
it
going to
off.
be cold.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm out of this deal.
All right.
You know, this snow and ice, it beat some people up.
Oh.
You know, we need to get on the other side of this. I think everybody's in a little bit of a mood. You know, like it's nice for a day. It's like, oh, this is cool. And then, you know, people can't go to work.
I'm ready for spring.
people
I mean,
can't
I want
open
one
and-
good snow, and then I'm ready for spring.
Yeah, I mean, let me just speak on behalf of the small business community. It's good to have the roads cleared. It's good to have just sort of life back. Hopefully that's it. Hopefully that rodent isn't real. That whole thing's fake. But by the way, I saw Scott Van Pelt and Stanford Steve were doing something on a podcast. We were talking about Groundhog Day all day Monday, and we were talking about how
Tuesday.
Edward and I want to go. Was it Tuesday?
Yeah.
Huh?
Was it Tuesday or Monday?
No,
Was it Monday?
Monday.
Groundhog Day
Okay,
was
pardon
Monday.
me. Pardon me. I got my days mixed up. Sorry.
Expressionless Bart, like annoyed that you had it wrong.
Sorry, Bart.
Are you okay?
Round the horn. There was a sour look on Bart's
Yes,
face.
well, he's
there.
just pissed.
Yeah,
I mean, he's in a
bad mood.
he knows.
I'm sorry, Bart.
And his aura ring. This is the problem with the aura ring. It confirms your feelings. You're like, I'm tired. I didn't sleep very well. I didn't feel well. I don't feel well. And you go to your app, and it tells you you're exactly right.
Yeah, go ahead and feel bad, Bart. Go ahead and feel bad.
And then what else did it tell you, Bart, while we're here? I'll get back to this point I was making. But what else did it tell you?
Well, it told me.
Told you to do what today?
It said, reflect on how you feel. If you can and want to take it easier today, go for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So imagine just walking into your boss this morning. You roll into the office.
My aura ring says.
And, how you doing, Bart?
My aura ring
Well,
says,
what-
don't expect
well,
much
whatever.
out of me today.
And it's not me. It's not me saying this, but I got to listen to my body. and that's why I have this
Gotta
thing,
listen to my body.
because this is the conversation right here. And that's why I have this thing, because I just push too hard. I push too hard for myself. I push too hard for this company. I push too hard for the people around me. And I got this aura ring because I ignore the warning signs all the time. And today, it's telling me that I should take some time for me. And I don't want to. I don't want to do that to you. I don't want to do it to me. I don't want to do it to the company. But that's what it's telling me. And if I don't listen, I'm not going to be here to help anymore. So, boss man, I'm going home. I just wanted to tell you face to face. What time are you leaving? Are you gonna finish the show? What are you?
Yeah,
Are you gonna go to Einstein's on the way out of here? Go home, get you a bagel, sit on the couch, and drift off into like Outer Banks or something?
Oh,
Would you go get us breakfast
there's
before
gonna,
you go
There's
home?
going to be a
Would you
nap
mind?
today. There's definitely going to be a nap today. I gotta get ready for tomorrow and
Sounds
Friday.
like you can leave whenever you want. Bring breakfast back and then continue home. Would you mind? So I was looking at the Groundhog Day thing, and Edward and I were like, we're going to do this. Like, Edward and I are going to
I know you are.
Gobbler's Knob.
That's great.
And then I'm watching this Van Pelt podcast yesterday, briefly, like a clip on social media. And he said, Stanford Steve's all mad about why they got to keep everybody, like, depressed, like, over a stupid groundhog. And Van Pelt just kept saying, it's not real. Like, this is not real. Like, this
It's just
is
for show.
This is not an accurate
Yeah.
depiction of what's going to happen. And I've come to the conclusion that the whole thing's a sham, and that's the people singing back to the director there on Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
And this whole thing is fake, and it's a scam, and I don't know if that makes me want to go more or makes me want to go less.
You listen to these people and you tell me that it's fake. I mean, it's real to them.
Well, I mean, all those people that drank the Kool-Aid,
Wrestling's
it was
real
to
to
them
those
too.
people.
Listen to that chorus.
Play it all. Do you have it all together? Where
I don't know, guys.
Where he sings it
Come
all.
on, let's do it again.
Jeez.
Here you go.
We go round the horn.
question.
Awesome,
What if,
guys.
speaking of what ifs, what if we could have Bart stand outside of Walmart on Groundhog Day next year? Do you think, with the popularity of Bart, as was witnessed when Edward went out with him on Saturday night, that he could get a crowd of people to chorus back to him?
I don't know if he could get a full chorus, but it would be fun, like if some individual just walking in, did it right back to him. I don't know if you get a full chorus.
What if you stood outside, like the Salvation Army bell ringer? What if you stood out there and people walked by and you, Groundhog, you just did that?
Yeah, well, some would probably do it back.
I want to see this happen.
No.
I know today is the wrong day to ask. You're taking a mental health day.
Yeah, mental health day.
Not mental health.
Physical and mental.
Physical
and mental.
So this is a different deal. So this one's about physical health. And you still have that one. It's like timeouts. You still have that one in your back pocket.
It's like, no, this does not count as a mental health day. I still have 2 mental health days left. This is a physical health day.
Bart treats vacation days like timeouts.
Yeah.
He's like, well, I mean, the first half's almost over.
That's right.
Got to go ahead and burn it.
Use it or lose it.
And then he comes back and he's like, oh, I still got a time. I can play the mental health day. I'm going to do that. What if today is what? National Girls and Women in Sports Day.
It is.
National Girls and Women in Sports. What's your favorite female sport, Chuck? Beach volleyball in the Olympics?
I like volleyball.
That's a go-to.
I like volleyball. Actually, volleyball.
It is fun
Softball.
to watch. It is fun to watch, and I'm being serious.
I like
I'm not
women's
just talking
basketball,
about,
too.
What most people would go to there. I mean, it is entertaining. Beach volleyball, 2-on-2 beach volleyballs, interesting to watch. It's good. I enjoy it. Edward's giggling. You not watch it?
I don't know. I don't even know when the Olympics are.
They start Friday.
But they don't play volleyball.
The real Olympics?
Well, these are the Winter Olympics, though. They don't play beach volleyball in the Winter Olympics.
They play snow volleyball?
I don't know about that.
They should.
They'll have curling, things like that.
That'll be good.
We'll come in here and talk about obscure sports competitions.
Do they really? It starts Friday, like the real Winter Olympics?
Yeah, really.
It just really sneaks up on you.
Yeah, well, it does. It
Every
only
4
happens
years.
every 4
Yeah.
years. If you're not paying attention, it's like, bang, it's there.
Well, that's exciting.
Speaking of women in sports, Courtney Deifel's a softball team.
Yeah.
Bart, set this up for us.
Top 10
How good are
preseason ranking, is that right?
Yeah.
Top 5?
Top 10, around 8th.
Okay.
I think I've seen him as high as 6th in one poll. Another really, really good team, which you kind of come to expect at this point.
Bart comes to life when he talks about this.
Lot of really good players that I'm excited to see kind of take that next step. This year brought in some good freshmen, some good players in the transfer portal, including an All-American. This team is going to be really good. I really like their pitching depth this year. I think it's among the best staffs in the SEC, which if it's among the best in the SEC, then it's among the best in the country. They're gonna have to spread out where the runs come from a little bit. Bree Ellis isn't there hitting a million home runs anymore, but they've got plenty of power on the team, plenty of speed. And I would expect them to be in the mix for a spot in Oklahoma City this year.
Do you have your season tickets yet?
Yes.
Do you really? They've already sent them out?
Oh, I don't know if I have the actual tickets themselves.
Oh, okay.
Like they haven't landed in your phone yet?
I don't know.
But you've got them.
Do you have good seats? I mean, you have good
Well,
seats.
it's
I went
it's
last
GA.
year, and I mean, Bart's like, he's right there.
He's in the middle of it.
It's general admission, so there aren't assigned seats or anything.
Are you one of the high-level donors?
For general admission, yeah. Among the general admission donors, he's way up
How
there.
much those outfield seats run you?
These aren't outfield seats.
I'm joking.
We're
I'm
not doing
joking.
that.
There's
I
not a
know
bad
that.
seat at Bogle.
No, it's
there's
really
not.
not. I
There's
mean,
not.
Bart, I understand you brought a clip with you today as we talk about Razorback. Would you like to play the clip?
Yeah,
This is the
hey,
movie
play the clip.
that Bart's starring in here.
it's a compliment. So it's a compliment, but this team hasn't done anything yet. And these players haven't done anything yet this year. And they know that. And so I think we look at the preseason rankings and we're like, okay, cool. Like we expect to be up there. That's why they came here. That's why they signed to play at Arkansas. We are expected to be considered a top program. And then I think when you start seeing I think all of our players are really good. Like I get like, wait, why did they not vote this one? Why did they not vote that? Like, what are they thinking? And so I think, we're expected to see some of our big players on there. I was expecting to see more. So hopefully, like this team always, they expect to be considered. And I think there's a level of having a chip on your shoulder of always, like, we're still always wanting to prove ourselves. And so I think it's a good blend.
That's the movie trailer. There you go. Bart Pullman starring in Arkansas softball this year.
Friday. Open the season Friday.
Where?
At the Kickin' Chicken Classic at Coastal Carolina.
All right, Kickin' Chicken.
Yeah. Virginia, the
time.
Opener, 9 a.m.
Wow.
9 a.m. Central.
So we'll be doing the pregame show to that at Oaklawn.
That's right.
We'll be at Oaklawn doing the show, and we'll lead right into the game.
That's right.
What a day.
So make plans. Yeah. And
What a
then,
day.
and then what a day it's going to be at Oaklawn with the Southwest Stakes.
They've got two days of stakes races this weekend. They've got is it the Rebel Stakes? I think on Saturday.
Is that right? The Rebel? I
know they've got the Southwest Stakes.
I knew the Southwest Stakes.
I didn't mean to lead us into
I wasn't prepared. Well, I just
my
wasn't
mistake.
prepared.
My
I mean,
mistake.
You just hung me out the
My
drive.
mistake.
I
My
don't know.
mistake.
I don't know about the Rebel Stakes. I don't know. I just know they're running the.
I know that they're going to have
Southwest Stakes.
The Rebels not until March.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well,
Well,
I
they're
feel
having
better
some
now.
stakes race on Saturday. They are having a stakes race on Saturday.
There are
because
two that they
Zach
pre-drew.
Gillum said that. Yeah.
There are two that they pre-drew for last weekend, and they're going to run those this weekend.
Okay.
Oaklawn.com.
I've been
to
wrong
get all the
twice, and
details.
Bart's just like staring me down over here, man.
Does the Aura ring say
see,
that
the-
you are that
The
you
American Beauty.
Okay, the American Beauty Stakes is Saturday.
Yes.
Okay.
He just wouldn't even hear me. He just
I
cut
know.
right to business.
Well, I know.
Does the Aura ring tell you if you're, a little bit more on edge, like annoyed at people, or what's the irritable? Irritable. That's the word I'm looking for. Does it indicate you could be irritable? Look out. You could be irritable. You get like a warning?
No, it does measure stress level though.
So you got to kind
Are
of
you
figure
stressed?
some of this
Are
out
you
on your
stressed?
own.
No, I don't feel.
Would somebody
stressed
less
right now.
educated than you
just
be
feel
able
like
to?
I'd like to be asleep.
would somebody less educated be able to figure out what these things mean?
Well, yeah, I mean, it tells you a lot of stuff. Like, it gives you information and tells you how to adjust. And
I feel like
if this is an issue, hey, maybe try this.
I feel like this is kind of controlling Bart's life. A little bit like AI.
It's
How do
definitely
you trust this, Bart?
It's
How do you
playing a
trust this
vital
ring?
role.
How do you trust this ring? How do you know?
Well, because so far so good.
Yeah.
It's been pretty accurate. It's been pretty helpful.
So
it's like hey, this wasn't so good last night. Did you like eat dinner too late or something like that? And your metabolism was still going.
What did it tell you on Saturday night?
Yeah.
When you got home?
Yeah, when you went out, everyone
the next
recognized
morning
you.
when you
What did it say then?
when you woke up the next day?
What
did
was
it tell
your
you?
aura like Saturday night?
My sleep score was good. So
Yeah?
yeah.
It's nothing like a lot of compliments to make you sleep well.
Yeah.
What was happening during the compliments? Did you look at your app and see what it was doing to your, like your heart rate?
No.
Did your ring light up?
It's 7:17.
I hate you guys.
I mean, hey,
It's a legitimate
if
question.
you're not having a day yet, just stick around. We'll get you going. Do you have more opinions today? Do you have more things that we haven't gotten to?
Hell yeah, brother.
The Chuck and Mo Show.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acuras, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under 30 grand. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutopark.com. That's FayettevilleAutopark.com.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicher Realtors, the Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicher Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeicherGriffin.com.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Some moments call for more than just a win. They call for unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you're not just buying a diamond. You're creating an experience that starts the moment you walk through the door. Their newly remodeled space is absolutely stunning, and Cafe B has a personal touch you won't find anywhere else. Their in-house diamond expert makes it easy to find the perfect piece for any occasion, and that purple bag is still undefeated when it comes to saving the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
He's Chuck Barrett.
He's Bo Mattingly.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Cutting corners is generally a bad idea. And when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by Teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com. Make Valentine's Day easy this year with a gift card from Woodhouse Spa Rogers. And when you go in spa and purchase $150 or more, you'll receive a complimentary Lux Spa candle. Or a $350 gift card gets you a Kendra Scott bracelet at no additional cost while supplies last. Give the gift of relaxation this Valentine's Day. For more info, call 479-335-2800 or log on to rogers.woodhousespas.com. If you haven't tried a Flight by Yuengling, you're missing out on the great taste of Yuengling that is a light beer. It's the next generation of light beer. Get it on draft, in the can, the new skinny cans, and now the new 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle. Perfect for any occasion. It's just 95 calories, and you're still enjoying a Yuengling. Take your beer game to new heights with Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer.
High school sports in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley have never had a bigger stage. I'm Melissa Orange, host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, and every week we'll be bringing you the stories, highlights, and moments that matter most to our communities. Don't miss a beat. Subscribe to our newsletter, check out the Varsity Vibe podcast, and follow us on social media for the latest scores and spotlight features. Get it all at varsityvibearkansas.com.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
Well, I just want to say we need to appreciate Bart a little more because Bart know what the hell he's talking about. Boy, too bad, boy.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Bart is bad.
Oh, yeah. There's really this whole thing about him not feeling well. I'd say he's hitting average today. I mean, he's doing what Bart does.
He's battling.
Bart, Mississippi State. We got a texter, snarky texter who wanted to know about the game.
Snarky.
Not enough like insight into the game on Saturday. That's days away, 11 a.m. in Starkville. He's like, hey, we haven't won there in a while. Like, can you guys just talk about the game? I'm like, I don't know. Do we really want to talk about the game right now? Can we talk about the game later? But somebody wants to talk about the game.
Bart's already broken it down.
And, I mean, you had all there is to say about it during the break. So, Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room. Here's Bart Pullman, who needs, according to his Oura Ring, a day off.
Yeah, Arkansas has struggled in Starkville, Chuck. What'd you say? They've lost.
They won there in 2015. and have not won there since.
Yeah.
Is that right? Wow.
See?
Yeah. I'm just
But,
looking at this series right now.
Here's the thing.
Tito in Wichita called that out.
He did.
Mississippi State, not a very good basketball team this year. They struggle to score. They struggle immensely to score.
Jeez, Bart.
Well, I mean, look, they do. They're one of the worst 3-point shooting teams in the entire country.
God.
318th in the country in 3-point shooting, 297th in free throw shooting. Like they can't shoot. they just
It's
can't,
pretty key in basketball.
They
huh?
can't. They struggle with the very basic job of putting the ball in the basket. They and South Carolina, the two worst teams in the league, depending on how you look at it. They've got one good player, Josh Hubbard. With all due respect to their roster, it's just not a good team. They're bad. I would go as far as to say they're very bad. And there's no excuse.
Oh gosh, they're gonna play this.
Oh, I know. I've just been to Humphrey Coliseum so many times, and it's just inexplicable things happen. And Bart's just setting it up.
I'm going to put that on social media.
Oh, God.
That whole thing. I'm just going to clip it and put it out.
Oh.
No, don't do that. Like, let's pretend this never happened. Cal, in the meantime, I'm sure has somebody with
They're bad. No
cut up
excuses
of
for
every
Arkansas.
basket they've made this year.
No
He'll be showing the team. These guys
No
are
excuses.
good. Bart, why don't you
got-
just go
gotta
ahead and
show
say
up.
they suck?
Here's
Jeez,
the
Louise.
thing. Here's the thing, though, and this has been a problem for the
That was
Razorbacks, especially as of late. You got to show up. You got to come out of the gate and be ready to play.
Well, that's
right.
right.
That's been an issue.
You gotta
for
be
this team,
the aggressor.
And if you don't do that, especially on the road, I don't care if it's against the worst team in the league at their place. You're going to be in trouble. So whatever's been going on at the start of games for Arkansas getting off to these slow starts, whether it's a lineup tweak that needs to be made or whether it's just a focus and energy and effort thing from certain guys, they got to have that. You got to show up because there are no excuses for this game on Saturday. You have to go win this game.
They've got a few ahead of them that they really need to win, and this is one of them. I've always said Saturday road games are the hardest ones to win in the league. That's where your biggest crowd's going to be. That's where the most emotion's going to be. Now, this game starts at 11 o'clock in the morning, which I think when you're the road team in football, I just think that's great. I think it's fantastic. You don't have you don't have many 11 a.m. tips in basketball. At least we don't. So I'm not sure if it's going to have any effect on things at all. But I do agree that particularly on the defensive end, you've got to come out ready to go because, you can say Hubbard's all they've got, but when he scores 39, sometimes that's enough.
Yeah.
And so
Also,
I'm more wary of these guys than maybe some.
Also, it seems like whomever Arkansas plays has the best shooting night of their life.
Well, it always seems that way.
I mean, it just seems like everything goes in.
Yeah.
But one of the things, seriously, not that I'm a coach, but you look at Arkansas and you say they've got a lot of talent. Okay, we can all point out, Pringle doesn't do this, or they got to shoot better free throws, or this isn't happening. But if you just go down the roster, they got enough talent to win a bunch of games and stick around for a while in March. If they play the way they're capable of playing. The problem, and this is for everybody, not just Arkansas. The problem is when you don't play that way. And you cannot take nights off energy-wise. And it's not just like effort and energy. I mean, you can have effort and energy and be in all the wrong spots on the floor. But it's playing within the structure of whatever the game plan is with a focus and an intensity every single night that they've struggled to do. Now Cal's teams generally get better at that as the season goes on. I mean, we had Fran Fraschilla on, I think, the other day. I think he's the one that mentioned, I would expect to see Cal's team get better defensively, here over the next month.
Well, I'll be shocked if they don't. Look, you're going to play 9 games in 4 weeks, beginning Saturday. You're going to play 9 games in 28 days. And So there's still time for them to become a better connected team defensively. I think I'll be very surprised if the intensity level Saturday is not off the charts. I'll be very surprised. Now, I think Mississippi State, I'm not sure what to expect there. I've watched them some. There have been games when they just didn't show up. I mean, they just did not show up. There's been a time or two I've watched them, and I thought they've quit on him. And I think Jans is a really good coach, by the way. When I look at him, first thing I think about, and it's terrible to say, but this is how conversations go in college sports now. First time I watched them play this year, my thought was they don't have a lot of money. But I watched the game where Hubbard scored I actually think it was 39. And they looked pretty good that night. So it's unpredictable, but I do expect Arkansas to play with a lot more intensity Saturday.
Something just to add to this about the defense is sometimes coaches, when they know what they have, they're going to spend time in the earlier parts of the season, the first half of the season, focusing on other things. For example, like if you look at Arkansas, offensively, they're still not as good as they've been, and they've been great. They're still not what they can be on offense, right? Like they were still for a lot of the first half of the season, I thought, trying to figure out roles and who's in what position in terms of what they're doing out on the court and what everybody's role is offensively. They have plenty of talent to be good enough on defense, and I imagine, to echo what Chuck said, they're going to continue to improve as that becomes a focal point down the stretch of the season.
Let's see if we can continue the intelligent discussion with Brian in Ozark. Brian, good morning.
It's a cinch. Hey, Brian.
Morning.
Hey, good morning.
I got a question for you.
Ask a question.
Morning. Preseason hype was this was going to be Arkansas's year, investing, blah, blah, blah. So my question is, what has Calipari done? What has Calipari done that Musselman didn't do?
What has Calipari done that Musselman didn't do? Well, I guess we'll evaluate that when his tenure's over.
Did Muss go to the Sweet 16 his first year? I'm asking because I don't remember. Did he go to the Sweet 16 his first year? Okay, well, there's one thing. There's one thing. Was he 6-3 at the halfway point in his second season in conference play? I don't think he was. He's done some things Musselman didn't do, and Muss did a great job. I'm a Muss fan, but yeah, Cal's done some things. But yes, to answer your question,
did Musselman come in here with all the pre-hype, the $10 million that Tyson paid to get him?
I don't think these are questions. You're not asking questions.
What does that have to do with anything? Do you expect him to win every game?
Calipari.
I mean,
Arkansas is not going to the Final Four, and they'll be lucky to make Sweet 16.
Well, hell, only 4 teams get there. It's in the name. That's not making a big prediction.
I'll bet they get closer than Texas.
Who cares? I'm not a Texas basketball fan, but you know what?
Who are you a fan of, Brian? Who are you a fan of in basketball?
Football.
Yeah.
Texas will kick Arkansas's ass in baseball and football.
Brian, shut up. Just shut up. Like, seriously, I really want to. I want to have a conversation with him, but you can't ever have a conversation with him. But my conversation would be like, seriously, what's going on with you, man? Like, how can we help? How can we help? I mean, it's just like as if somebody needs to help him.
I got no answers.
I mean, really, we got to take a break. Unfortunately, we're going to get right back to calls. But if you get a moment, pray for Brian today. I mean, seriously, just take a moment. Bart's been in the Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room. I was going to say he's playing hurt, but there ain't a dang thing wrong with you. You look great.
I don't feel great.
You look great. You sound great. Your mind's working.
If you
well.
had not declared at the beginning of the show
Nobody
that you
would
didn't
know.
feel good, nobody would have ever known.
Nobody would know.
No one would have.
It's like
ever
you're having a
known.
birthday and nobody even knows it.
We like to, you play hurt.
I mean, you've given Mississippi State like 5 minutes worth of
I'm
bulletin
going to be
board
honest with you.
material.
You hurt might be the best you. Like, let's keep this. No, this is good. You're making sense. You're not over the top. You're not angry at people. It's awesome.
I like Angry Bart.
All right, Chevy of Fayetteville. Friendly people. That's what you get. You get a Silverado like Chuck has, if you want one.
Yeah.
It's great in the snow. Worked
It
great
is.
for you.
It did.
Didn't keep you in the
It
house.
ate up that road, man.
Get off to a great start in 2026 with a Chevy from Chevy of Fayetteville. Tahoes, all the stuff's there. Suburbans. Not just a great deal, but it's about the people you deal with there every day. At Chevy of Fayetteville, inside the Fayetteville Auto Park. Together, let's drive.
There we go. Here we go. Let's take some personal shots. You want to? I mean, come on. Let's take some personal shots at him.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Are you looking for tough, reliable equipment from people you can trust? WT Equipment is your local family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And yep, they're big-time hog fans too. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, Steel, and more. They carry the brands you know and trust to get the job done. Whether it's equipment or implements, WT Equipment has the tools you need, including a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment today.
Chuck, you've been around a while, and look, I don't mean that ugly, and Bo, you've been around not as long as Chuck.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
The Razorbacks and your ability or inability to go to games has always been a status symbol in our state. It's always been a status symbol. Where do you sit? How often do you go? When I was growing up and you went to a game and you bought a program, all the foundation members were listed. Their level of giving was listed. Their hometown was listed. You went and you looked at it. Those were the important people in your town. They wanted their names in there. It was an ego boost. The only ones that didn't were the ones that didn't want their preacher to know they were giving more to the Razorbacks than they were to the church. There was a lot of them out there. But it was a status symbol. It's always been a status symbol, more so now than ever. The Razorbacks should not be just for the people in our state that have done the best financially or have inherited the most money from their parents. That's not what the Razorbacks were intended to be. That's not how this program was built. That's the reason that even though there is another university that plays Division I football in our state, we are still 90% a Razorback state, even in the areas that are a 30-minute drive from the other place. The Razorbacks still dominate. I don't know if that's an era gone by. I don't know. I do know that there is, and this is when I used the word psychology a little bit earlier, this is where it all comes into play. I think we're in dangerous territory when the Razorbacks become a symbol of how well you've done in life. Whether or not you go to the games become a symbol of how well you've done in life. That's a slippery slope, and we're right in the middle of it right now. And I do think you run the risk of losing a loyal fan base.
When you're looking for tough, reliable equipment for people you trust, WT Equipment delivers. WT Equipment is a local, family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And they've built their reputation by carrying the brands you know and depend on. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, and Steel, they have the equipment and implements to get the job done right. Whether you're tackling a big job or everyday work, WT Equipment offers a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance, including compact track loaders, skid steers, excavators, and more. Their lots are packed and ready to move with special deals you don't want to miss. Bobcat is the industry leader, tough, reliable, and built to handle any job you throw at it. Nobody does light construction or hay and forage better than WT Equipment. Backed by trusted service and support long after the sale. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment location today or log on to WTEquip.com. Tools you trust and people you know.
You know, Oaklawn and Hot Springs is where excitement, luxury, and nonstop action come together, all in one unforgettable destination. The Oaklawn Casino Resort features a 24/7 smoke-free casino with more than 1,500 slot machines, plus blackjack, craps, roulette, along with great dining, live entertainment, and energy that goes all night. When it comes time to relax, check into the luxury hotel, enjoy award-winning restaurants like the Bugler, and unwind at the Astral Spa, Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa. And it's the perfect escape with Hot Springs National Park and beautiful scenic lakes just minutes away. And for sports fans, Oaklawn Sportsbook keeps the action going year-round. Bet on football, basketball, baseball, golf, and more. Even international sports with easy deposits and withdrawals all through America's best sports betting app. Oaklawn is your Hot Springs escape. Plan your visit today at oaklawn.com.
The Chuck and Bo Show on demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Catch up on all 3 hours with the podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show. What does the future look like? What does this week look like? And can you get yourself out of bed and just get rolling this morning with a smile on your face? Can you stare adversity in the eye?
Boy, you're asking a lot over there, man. I mean, with every question you're posing, I'm like, I don't know if I can do that.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
7:39 here on a Wednesday morning.
It's getting away from it.
What's the temperature right now? Can you get back to me on that?
Yeah, I'll get back to you.
Is it 30?
29.
What? No. Really? That was 31 when I got up this morning.
Well, I mean, sometimes the temperature drops right. See, my app says 32.
Okay. And we're getting up to a high of, I don't know, the mid-40s today. The warming trend is coming.
Begins tomorrow, though. Is that right, Bart?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, we got to give the weather occasionally here. People need to know what they're getting into today.
Absolutely.
I just like to say good morning.
Grab a jacket.
Good morning. Grab a jacket.
Yeah, grab a jacket.
Maybe a beanie. Kendall in Fayetteville. Kendall, good morning.
Good morning. Yesterday you talked about generational fans. My grandfather bought bonds to finance War Memorial Stadium. I had a great aunt that traveled to every home and away game from 1958 through 1973. My father started the Crossett Hamburg Razorback Club in '66. Also started one in Monticello. Those are generational. Witnessed my first game in Little Rock at 1971. I know I'm older, but you're losing these fans. We're dying off, and when we die off, the only money that will be left will be the corporate money. Mr. Chuck, you talked about slippery slope yesterday. We're on the bottom side of that slope. We're losing. They've priced me out of not one but 2 sports, and I was a 3-sport kind of guy. It's a shame. I know Arkansas is our only professional team. You're absolutely right about your 90% statement yesterday, but we are losing a generational fan. I sit in seats, and the people next to me, they're different every time because they can afford to go to one game with their kids. They cannot afford to go to all the games. They are fans, and they want to be great generational fans. Those kids need to be in the stands, and we aren't doing it.
I got a question.
Have a good day.
Hey, Kendall, you there?
Sure.
I got one question.
Sure.
When you say, I mean, legitimately curious. When you say pricing you out, do you mean like that? Like you can't afford the season tickets anymore, or where you want to sit, or you're just having to move from where you were?
Well, let's see. They wanted $40,000 for me to be able to sit in seats that we've had since 1976.
I understand.
Okay,
yeah.
not going to do it.
Okay.
But they wanted $20,000 for me to get a seat where, I'm sorry, it was just not even worth the money because there was no guarantee. So I guess I'm going to watch them at home, and that's okay. But it's not even me. It's like when I'm at that football game and those kids are 5 and 6 and they're cheering their little lungs out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was there. I've been there. That's what you want. You want those kids to grow up not just loving the Razorbacks, but saying, how can I be a part of it continuously? And, guys, it's too expensive for a family of 4 to go to these events more than maybe once a year, and that's a big deal for them.
Yeah.
That's sad. We're losing a generation
All
of fans, supporters.
I appreciate the call. Thanks for answering the question. That was because when I hear people say they're priced out, there's some confusion for me, and I think there's multiple things going on here. But I just want to be clear on a couple things. I don't know that the season tickets are jumping up so high that people can't afford those all of a sudden. But if you've sat in a seat and now they're asking you to pay a lot more money for that seat up front, that's a different conversation. Like whether you choose to do that or not, or whatever. The ticket prices have been, by and large, the same for several years now. I mean, when you're talking about raising ticket prices, I mean, we're talking about.
Are we sure about that?
Pretty sure. You're not seeing like a $20 increase per ticket per game. So, I mean, we're getting confused on some of the conversations about seat licensing and season tickets, and also like where your seat is. Like when people say they're being priced out, what I hear when they're saying that is I no longer get to sit in the seat that I've had forever unless I pay the $40,000. That's part of a reseating. That doesn't mean your ticket prices went up and you can't afford to be in the building anymore. You might not like where you sit. If you're used to sitting in first class and all of a sudden they start charging a premium for it, you're not going to like sitting in the middle of the plane. I'm just trying to make sure that I understand what this conversation is, because it's not like I look up every day and they're charging way more for a single game ticket. The other part of this is he's exactly right. We have a fundamental problem on getting fans to games because we have to, like as an organization, they have to make so much money. I don't know what you do about that. But all of life has changed, not just sports. Everything's more expensive. But going to games when we were all kids was a lot easier than it is now. For everybody. Like not just here, everywhere, every sporting event, except for the Savannah Bananas. Like they figured out some other model. Like it doesn't cost a ton to go to a game in Savannah, Georgia at one of their home games. But like most of all of college athletics and professional sports, yeah, it's expensive. So what do we do about that with kids? I mean, even if you can afford it, do you want to take your 5-6-year-old? Are they even really going to pay attention during the game? Where if you were paying $5 or $10 to take them, it's no big deal. But if you're paying a lot more, now that's like a decision you got to make. Do you really want to just kind of expose them to it and have them around it?
The people that I hear saying it's not a big deal are the people that aren't paying to go.
I don't hear me say it's not a big deal.
I didn't say you. I said the people, and I talk to a lot of people every day, and the people who are paying are mad. The people that aren't paying don't think it's a big deal. And when someone, when it's $40,000, man, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, and you can't minimize what it does to somebody when you move them from one spot to a different spot in the stadium. I realize, and I've said many times myself, I understand how the game's played now. I mean, I know what's required in terms of the finances, and but if I was a Razorback fan and somebody wanted to reseat me, and I looked at what's happened on the field the last few years, I'm not sure my answer would be yes. So I don't think these people's comments can be minimized, and I think too often they are. I think people understand it's a money game now. I think they understand that. But I also think they understand that the chasm between the lifestyles has never been wider in terms of the people that go to the games and the people that don't. I just think that there are people out there who are going to give up on going more than maybe once a year. And I just that's how I feel about it. It's a you can make arguments on all sides of the aisle, but the people who are actually paying the money, I think their words carry the most weight.
Hey, if you're looking for a Valentine's Day gift this year that's effortless but meaningful, give the gift of relaxation, a gift of Woodhouse Spa and Rogers. When you go in the spa and spend $150, they're going to give you an additional gift, a complimentary Lux Spa candle. So now you got 2 gifts. Or if you spend $350 in the spa, you're buying a gift card, you get a Kendra Scott bracelet at no additional cost. So you could get a little care package together by going to Woodhouse Spa and Rogers. You can also go online, but those additional gifts are not included. Rogers.woodhousespas.com, Rogers.woodhousespas.com. Give the gift of relaxation this Valentine's Day. You guys are part of my family. Everyone that listens to this show is just part of the Chuck and Bo family. We're building a community here.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Cutting corners is generally a bad idea. And when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by Teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com. If you haven't tried a flight by Yuengling, you're missing out on the great taste of Yuengling that is a light beer. It's the next generation of light beer. Get it on draft, in the can, the new skinny cans, and now the new 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle. Perfect for any occasion. It's just 95 calories, and you're still enjoying a Yuengling. Take your beer game to new heights with Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. When it comes to watching games, nobody does it like walk-ons. Over 60 TVs at every location, and the food and drinks win. Mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine, like po' boys and gumbo, plus fan favorites, like the best burger you can get anywhere, and more draft beers and cocktails than you can count. Incredible food, wonderful service, and a viewing experience like none other. Walk-On Sports Bistro. We live for this. I want to see you and Bart in the old 3-legged race.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Let me just...
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric is here to help you lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Paschal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit gopaschal.com today to schedule your service.
And Razorback fans, we've got exciting news. Paschal is now proud to be the official air, plumbing, and electric provider of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Hey, it's Bo, and I had no idea how little I knew about insurance until my man James Boyette of State Farm started telling me. For over a decade, he's been delivering real value, not just the lowest price. That means helping customers find the right coverage for their life with personalized plans that evolve as life changes. Serving all of Arkansas and Missouri. If you're looking for a true insurance partner, auto, home, life, whatever you need, go to JamesBoyett.com.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acuras, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under $30,000. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutopark.com. That's FayettevilleAutopark.com.
Distribution Solutions Incorporated began providing superior customer service back in 1997 based out of Harrison, Arkansas, and they're supporting our local communities today and always looking for professional OTR drivers. DSI knows drivers by name. They're about their people, and when you work with DSI, it feels more like a family than a job, and they know home time matters. If you're a driver, check out their website, drivedsi.com. All the benefits, all the vacation time, and that home time that matters.
Did you know you can listen to a podcast version of the show? The Chuck and Bo Show On Demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Part and can be found every weekday on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
You've been thinking that you travel a lot, and we were wondering if it'd be okay if you just shared your location with us.
Probably not. But
just in case anything happens.
Yeah, I
just with the family here.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
would you mind sharing your location with us?
I would mind. Yes.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
7:52. It is Wednesday. Ryan Silverfield was on the Pig Trail Nation yesterday, and we don't have a long enough segment here to really get into this, but I want to play some of those clips. We'll do that at 8 o'clock. And, just hear what we haven't heard a lot from him because of all the work in the portal and coaches and doing all that. I think he's going to be on our show probably next week, and we'll have a chance to get into some of this stuff. But he explained the spring game, and we're seeing now videos from that Arkansas is putting out of those guys getting their off-season workouts in. And this is what's interesting to me about college football. It's like you have this massive activity off the field. When we had recruiting, it was you had all these kids you knew about, and are you going to get them? But then when you get them, how long is it going to take for them to get on the field? In today's world, you have all these people that you're acquiring in like free agency. We call it the transfer portal. And you get them in, and then what are they going to look like when they get on the field? So a lot of off-the-field talk. When you see guys out there running around on the field, you're like, okay, let's see where this goes. What's the actual football part of this going to look like with a new coach and a bunch of new players?
I'll tell you what I saw or thought about yesterday when I saw some of that video was what Gus said yesterday morning, that, once you get out on the field, it's just like it's always been. And that's been my experience watching football practices the last couple of years. It's not any different than it was before. Now, that doesn't mean that, when practice is over, those kids aren't living a little bit better than maybe the ones did 10, 15 years ago, but they still coach them hard. The good players still take coaching, and the bad players still don't. And whether they're making a lot of money or whether they're not making anything, that still rings true.
Hey, if you're looking for a Valentine's diamond, well, it doesn't have to be a diamond, but every day is a diamond day at Blakeman's. It's where Arkansas gets engaged. But if you're looking for incredible hospitality, stop by the official jeweler of the Razorbacks, and they'll help you figure out exactly what Valentine's Day can look like for you. They tailor to your needs. They can customize your experience. They can customize the story that you're trying to portray this Valentine's Day. The purple bag never disappoints. Blakeman's, Pinnacle Hills in Rogers. The Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning. There's simply not a better shopping experience than Macadoodles. Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered. With an unbeatable selection, amazing prices, and service that's unbeatable, they've got everything you need. Whether you're stocking up for a party, updating your bar, or just grabbing your favorites, Roger and the team are always there to help. Make the smart choice. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville. Distribution Solutions Incorporated began providing superior customer service back in 1997 based out of Harrison, Arkansas, and they're supporting our local communities today and always looking for professional OTR drivers. DSI knows drivers by name. They're about their people, and when you work with DSI, it feels more like a family than a job, and they know home time matters. If you're a driver, check out their website, drivedsi.com. All the benefits, all the vacation time, and that home time that matters. Hey, it's Bo, and I had no idea how little I knew about insurance until my man James Boyette of State Farm started telling me. For over a decade, he's been delivering real value, not just the lowest price. That means helping customers find the right coverage for their life with personalized plans that evolve as life changes. Serving all of Arkansas and Missouri. If you're looking for a true insurance partner, auto, home, life, whatever you need, go to jamesboyett.com. I love a day or weekend at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark, and members enjoy it all. State-of-the-art practice facilities, food, beverages, a big pool and a snack and beverage bar, tennis and pickleball courts, and they can even book you an exclusive fly fishing trip. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. It's Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. It's home away from home.
Donuts, Red Bull, and lottery tickets. I mean, how could you want anything
Courtesy
more?
of the Chuck and Bo Show.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Some moments call for more than just a win. They call for unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you're not just buying a diamond. You're creating an experience that starts the moment you walk through the door. Their newly remodeled space is absolutely stunning, and Cafe B has a personal touch you won't find anywhere else. Their in-house diamond expert makes it easy to find the perfect piece for any occasion, and that purple bag, still undefeated when it comes to saving the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeicherGriffin.com.
At First Security Bank, banking isn't one size fits all. It's personal because everyone's financial journey looks a little different. From managing day-to-day spending, to running a small business, to helping your kids learn more smart money habits, or taking that big step toward buying a home. At First Security, you get the services you expect, the technology you need, and the real support of local people who live here, know the community, and take the time to understand what you're trying to accomplish. Life moves fast, and having a bank that moves with you makes a difference. Whether you prefer stopping by a branch, banking on the app, or picking up the phone to talk with someone who actually knows your name, First Security is there. They offer smart tools like mobile banking, bill pay, and mobile check deposit, along with thoughtful solutions like flex banking for kids, checking built for small businesses, and local mortgage lenders who guide you through the home buying process. Choose the power of personal. Bank better at First Security. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Previously heard on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Dane, when you look at the SEC right now, there are 3 or 4 teams out there that seem as though they might be the ones to win this thing at the end. All of them seem to have that common denominator of, can they be good enough defensively down the stretch? It seems like when you look at Arkansas right now, and they're not the only ones, that offensively, when they get it clicking, they're as good as anybody out there.
They are, and I think, look, they're really good in transition when they get the game going up and down. That's one that look, if I'm going against Arkansas, it's try to take some time off the clock. You guys have heard me say that on the broadcast. I thought Auburn probably did the best job of that, where they would get a defensive rebound, they'd push it up, and they didn't have anything. Stephen Pearl was just telling everybody, slow down, and they were just kind of intentionally running a little bit of clock, then going into a set play. Even if you didn't score late in the possession, just taking some of that tempo out of the game, I thought was really effective. But the key that I think where I'm impressed with Arkansas is that they're not just so reliant on fast break points. They're great in transition, but it's not like, hey, as long as you stop their transition and get back, you'll beat them. They got players that make plays in the half court. And I think that the confidence factor, Malik Thomas, he's never seen a shot he doesn't like, but that's what makes him dangerous too, is, he misses a few in a row, and as an opponent, you're not sitting there saying, oh, you know what, he can be a little streaky. After he misses the first few, you're good. No, you he's going to keep coming at you, and I think that's really important. Having Carter Knox, Trevin Brazile, those guys contributing, making some plays, I thought was really key to take off some of that pressure from those 2 freshman guards.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
Think about this, Chuck. Think about, like, this show's free. You don't have to subscribe to it. But imagine if this was the Chuck and Bo show. If you were listening to the show and you wanted to cancel it, like you're done listening to us.
I hate that.
But there's no way to ever turn your radio off or get it off the Chuck and Bo show. How maddening would that be that every time you get in your car, you can't adjust the volume and you can't change the show?
Well, you'd start
you
walking.
Can't turn it off.
We would be a healthier
Chuck and
society.
Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm in my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "Let's turn on the Chuck and Bo show."
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
You know what I hear most right now, though, from people, particularly in Northwest Arkansas? I'm ready for baseball season. I hear that from so many people everywhere I go. I mean, we're talking about basketball. And look, basketball's about to get really hot and heavy. I mean, it really is. Football's going through their off-season stuff, and because there's a new coach, people are interested in that, certainly. But I hear more people say, I'm looking forward to going to the baseball games right now than I hear anything.
I was over there yesterday at Baum Walker Stadium and doing an interview with Coach DeBryan. He's going into the College Baseball Hall of Fame.
He is.
On Thursday, next week, just before Valentine's Day. And he doesn't want to make a big deal about it at all.
know.
He doesn't want anybody to go.
He doesn't want anybody to talk about it.
And, he's like, I didn't really do much. I mean, everything that's been done here was the players and all this. And I made the statement to him, and I get all that, but Jeff King went in, Arkansas's only number one draft pick. He went into the College Football Hall or Baseball Hall of Fame last year, and Norm was there. And I said, I think they got it backwards. You should have gone in first, because without Norm DeBryan, there would be no baseball program. No. The baseball program, and I encourage you, I don't often do this, but I encourage you to go listen to episode 2 of the Hog Pod. It was the second one we ever did. We've done over 300 of them. And then this one coming up, which will come out next week, because I don't know if people realize, Chuck, he was handed the baseball first of all, they told him he couldn't have the job because they thought that he would screw up his driver's ed teaching job. And then they gave it to somebody else, and the guy had it for a day, and he said he didn't want it. So they called Norm back in and said, if you don't mind being second fiddle, you can have it. And they handed him an envelope, and in the envelope was the entire baseball program, including other people that had applied for the job. The roster, the schedule, and basically don't get us in trouble.
And come in under budget.
They played
above all other things, come in under budget.
They played at the fairgrounds. They played at an American Legion place. He played Texas 1 year early on and didn't have enough uniforms to match. So he was wearing a different color uniform than the rest of the team. And then they go on to 4 College World Series. He won Southwest Coach of the Year umpteen times, won the Southwest Conference, an SEC title, SEC division title. I mean, everybody that you see in coaching, they came from somewhere, right? Norm came from the driver's ed teaching position at the University of Arkansas.
Well, I think people, too, if you remember when Baum Stadium was built, they were talking about, in fact, we joked, they recruited off the new stadium that was going to be built for like 3 or 4 years. They were going to rebuild where they were, and then, it kind of held out, and Coach Broyles, didn't want to do that. And what I'm driving at is the Baum family and the Walker family, quite honestly, I don't know now, obviously you can fast forward to the Dave Van Horn era, things are different now, but back then, they weren't given to Arkansas baseball. They were given to Norm DeBryan. I mean, and I've used the term faith-based giving over the years. I'm not necessarily talking about religious faith, although in some cases that comes into play. I'm talking about faith in a human being, faith in the greater good. And all the people that gave to the Razorback baseball program, and it wasn't just the Baums and the Walkers. There were fans out there that bought batting practice tops for the team because they didn't have the budget to buy it. I mean, I know fans who did that back in the 90s. And they weren't giving to Razorback baseball. They were giving to Norm DeBryan. And That's why there would be no baseball program without Norm DeBryan. None of this would have happened without him because, again, they were not giving to Arkansas baseball. It was their faith in Norm, and that's the reason it all happened.
Pretty amazing.
It's incredible
to see that they are like a traditional power in college baseball. Like, if you're one of the top players in the country, you automatically have Arkansas on your list to consider.
Well, SEC baseball, and I give Skip Bertman at LSU a lot of credit for this, and Ron Polk back in the day at Mississippi State. SEC baseball had 2 or 3 programs that were consistently good when Arkansas joined the league. Everybody else just come in under budget. And LSU was good. Mississippi State was good. Georgia had won the national title in 1990. But for the most part, they all operated on a shoestring budget. But to see what SEC baseball has become. Now, Arkansas, the rising tide lifts all boats, and Arkansas benefited from that. But what's happened with the league over the last 30 years is just amazing to me.
Yeah, it's a experience at Baum Stadium and an excitement that Razorback fans have because every year you feel like you're going to be in the hunt for something, like some sort of SEC title or the trip to Omaha, and it is like every year that's the monster, Omaha or bust.
Well, this is all a long way of saying that Norm DeBryan may not think he deserves to be in the College Baseball Hall of Fame, but there's no one in reality more deserving.
Oh, no, and what an incredible human, just the way that he handles himself and everything he's done for Arkansas since the last day he coached. But, I mean, we're talking about 50 years ago that this started from nothing. I mean, it started from scratch. We talk about Cignetti at Indiana. I know Arkansas hasn't won the national championship yet, but they built this baseball program from literally nothing. Nothing.
Hey, I remember when he was storming Norman, too. I mean, back when
man.
It didn't take much. It didn't take much.
Oh, man. We had a chat about that when he couldn't get the rule book out of his pocket and was covering up home plate and all that. DVH is getting the guys ready. 4 baseball hogs named to the preseason All-American team, including Gabe Gackle, Carson Wiggins, Ryder Helfrich, Cam Kojul, all named All-Americans by Baseball All-America.
Just having all these guys back. You want to talk about reinvesting in your roster and things like, just getting these guys back, because I'm sure they had a lot of people saying, come play for us.
We're going to find out, not a lot, but you'll find out, you'll get your first look at them in a very real way when they go to Arlington next weekend. Like, that's not an easier way into the season kind of deal.
And Dave's always liked taking his team on the road early, always. Now, this tournament in Dallas has just been perfect. The last few years, I don't know if they're going to play there every year or not. It seems like it. But you play great competition, you see good pitching. Winning and losing the game's important. I'm not saying, if it wasn't important, you wouldn't keep score, but you're going to benefit from this later on. And a lot of these teams that play in these tournaments, you're going to, a lot of them are going to be in the NCAA tournament in May or June, whenever they play it.
So
June.
Back to Norm for a second. They're going to do a Razorback night of celebration with Norm DeBryan night, a Nike throwback uniform and cap. It's Friday, March 27th at Baum-Walker Stadium, and they'll have a patch with his number on it. I saw the jersey yesterday. They'll have a special hat. And
well, as you said, though, they didn't have a Nike swoosh on their first uniform back in the day.
Yeah,
There's no swoosh on anything.
No, but his relationship with Van Horn's pretty cool, too. Just, Dave Van Horn, this is one more anecdote about Norm here. Norm helped Dave Van Horn get the Nebraska job. He went into Coach Broyles, and he asked him to call the Nebraska AD. And then he checked with him the next day, and he hadn't called him yet. And he goes, I've been looking at this guy. He's won everywhere he's been. And Norm said, that's what I'm trying to tell you. So they help him get the Nebraska job. And then Dave comes over here when he's at Nebraska for some event. And Norm takes him, and he's like, hey, you got to meet with Coach Broyles. He's like, Coach Broyles, you got to meet with. I want you to just meet this guy. And Norm said, I'd already started thinking about, like, maybe it's getting to be time for me to hang it up. And he said Broyles and Van Horn went in a room and they didn't come out for like an hour and a half. And he goes, "You might have hired him right now." But Van Horn, like Norm had so much to do with Van Horn becoming the next guy here. And now he's in retirement, gotten to sit back and enjoy all this and be proud that feeling like maybe he had something to do with, you talked about leaving a place better than you found it. I mean, that is the perfect example of doing that.
Well, I think it says a lot for Norm that Dave Van Horn left a pretty good situation in Nebraska. He could have coached there forever if he'd wanted to. But yeah, I think both of them have handled it well. Norm gets a lot of credit. Dave gets a lot of credit. We talk about in football people being on the same page. Baseball has been on the same page a long time, and that's why they do well.
Dave Van Horn on the early season tournament.
One tournament we went 3-0, and we didn't play that good that year. We beat some good teams. One year we went 1-2, maybe 0-3, and ended up in Omaha. So, you just try to figure out a few things. You can scrimmage all you want. Kids get tired of scrimmaging and playing against each other. Find out a little more when you're playing outside competition. But this weekend, or actually next weekend, when we play, we're going to be playing really good teams that are every bit as good as we are, talented, and you just find out who can compete, who can handle maybe the stage that we're playing on, and you probably learn more about what you need to work on, the deficiencies, the little things. Compare yourself to these other teams and where they're at this time, and then try to get better. I mean, there's a lot you can learn from playing outside competition, and the competition this strong this early.
And I would imagine other coaches for other teams that are playing in this are saying something similar. Look, it's a long season, and I got to be honest with you. I don't even remember how they did at this tournament last year. I remember what happened in Omaha. I don't remember what happened at this tournament last year. So, but the point is you're playing good competition, and every team that plays in this thing is going to benefit from it.
And everybody here will have a Flow TV sports subscription.
I think I've still got mine.
For those of you that couldn't figure out how to cancel, just leave it for another month.
That's what they're banking on.
Arkansas ranked 5th in the USA Today's preseason coaches poll. 9 SEC teams in the top 25, 5 in the top 10. Another year of what would appear to be a really good SEC baseball schedule. Arkansas is going to try to get it done. They were out there practicing yesterday, back on the field. They're putting that new scoreboard up, that video board down the left field line. You got construction going on while the team's out there practicing. But I think that's going to be ready to go by the opener, if I'm not mistaken. Another add-on to Bomb City.
Sightlines are important. Sightlines are important.
Every job has its challenges, but WT Equipment's here to help you get them done. That's what they're all about, getting the job done. Bobcat's the way to do it if you're in the light construction business. Tough terrain, tight spaces, short timelines, cleaning off ice and snow. Bobcat can help you with a solution. WT Equipment's family-owned and operated. Dealerships across the state, 8 locations. Whether you're running a farm, managing a job site, just taking care of your own land, you can trust the brands WT Equipment like New Holland, Hustler, Steel, and, of course, the legendary Bobcat. Get the job done with WT Equipment, WTEquip.com. I don't know if anybody else is having fun, but this is a blast for me.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric is here to help you lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Paschal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit gopaschal.com today to schedule your service.
And Razorback fans, we've got exciting news. Paschal is now proud to be the official air, plumbing, and electric provider of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Did you know Chevy of Fayetteville is the #1 volume dealer in Northwest Arkansas? That means nobody sells more cars, trucks, or SUVs than Chevy of Fayetteville. They've been a part of our community for over 25 years. They're supporters of our local schools and the Razorbacks. And they're the best after the sale. An award-winning service and parts department, a waiting area, complimentary loaners. So go see Chris Mark in Denver and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville, inside the Fayetteville Auto Park.
Hey folks, Chuck Barrett here, the voice of the Razorbacks. And if you're ready for freedom from glasses or contacts, there's only one name you need to know: McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's LASIK, clear lens exchange, or advanced cataract surgery, they've got the solution to help you see your best, no matter your age. Doctors Betts and Mangarelli are the real deal, two of the most experienced surgeons anywhere. They've even taken care of my eyes. And now I'm seeing the basketball court crystal clear. I'm so glad I chose McDonald Eye, and you will be too.
Hey, I'm sorry if this makes too much sense. I am more than happy to hear where I'm off on this.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Cutting corners is generally a bad idea. And when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by Teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com. Make Valentine's Day easy this year with a gift card from Woodhouse Spa Rogers. And when you go in spa and purchase $150 or more, you'll receive a complimentary Lux Spa candle. Or a $350 gift card gets you a Kendra Scott bracelet at no additional cost while supplies last. Give the gift of relaxation this Valentine's Day. For more info, call 479-335-2800 or log on to rogers.woodhousespas.com. If you haven't tried a flight by Yuengling, you're missing out on the great taste of Yuengling that is a light beer. It's the next generation of light beer. Get it on draft, in the can, the new skinny cans, and now the new 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle. Perfect for any occasion. It's just 95 calories, and you're still enjoying a Yuengling. Take your beer game to new heights with Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer.
High school sports in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley have never had a bigger stage. I'm Alyssa Orange, host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, and every week we'll be bringing you the stories, highlights, and moments that matter most to our communities. Don't miss a beat. Subscribe to our newsletter, check out the Varsity Vibe podcast, and follow us on social media for the latest scores and spotlight features. Get it all at varsityvibearkansas.com.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
I can't figure out if Chuck's playing a role here, or this is how he feels, or if he cares at all.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
All right, Ryan Silverfield did an interview with Pig Trail Nation. I want to just play some of these clips we can react to a little bit of them. In-state recruiting is something that gets talked about quite a bit, and he came in right away, got four of the best players in-state, flipped them, got them to sign. What becomes of all that in today's world, who knows, but it sure makes you feel good as a Razorback fan when players in the state are part of the cause to getting better.
Right, a lot of fans wish you should just sign 25 kids from the state of Arkansas. Impossible.
Yeah.
But let me say this, and let me make sure this is said publicly. This past signing class, which we got done really in a 48-hour period, right? Over half this signing class came from the state of Arkansas. Let me say that again. Over half this high school signing class came from the state of Arkansas. Like, I don't know what else I can do. Listen, I wish we could take all 25 guys, but we got to be realistic with it. Some people say, hey, you got to take this and that. That's great. There's so many talented young men in this state. But if we're not taking a guy at this position, or if we already got one slaughter for this, or if it look, look, I think every fan, especially those in this great state, will sit there and say, man, they're making a hell of an effort to try to keep the talent here.
From a PR standpoint, I think that's the perhaps the most key thing that he's done so far, is signing those in-state kids. Look, I don't know if any of them are going to help or not. I don't know. But I think from a PR standpoint, it helped a lot to be able to sign those kids. Sometimes when it's your first year, I can remember more than one coach saying, hey, we were just looking for some kids that liked us that first year. Well, most of the kids that like you your first year at Arkansas are going to be Arkansas kids. So go get them and see if they can play for you. Now, they'll branch out, and they're going to have to branch out. I mean, the idea, as he just said, that you can sign 25 kids from Arkansas and go out and compete in the SEC, I'm sorry. That's just not going to happen. But again, from a PR standpoint, I think that's been a real key deal for him.
PR is important, right?
Well, it is initially.
You want communication's important. You want people to feel important. And when you're talking about in-state kids and letting in-state coaches know that you're interested in in-state kids, that's you said initially. That's what I mean. Like getting that feeling going.
I'm from a small Arkansas town. I think in my hometown there might have been 2 players over the course of my lifetime that played for the Razorbacks, and I don't think either one of them played that much. But it's a big deal when a kid from a small town goes and plays for the Razorbacks. And I've said many times, you don't just sign the kid, you sign the whole town. And that's good and bad. But in this case, I think it's good.
Let me take a call here. Ryan in Hot Springs. Ryan, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Hey, guys. I was going to make a comment about y'all were talking about bomb and the weather, and then I want to talk about the football thing real quick, too. I'm just going to say flat out, y'all going to have to add me to that list about being excited about the baseball because as soon as baseball kicks off, I know fishing's right around the corner, and, man, my perfect spring is 75-degree to 80-degree afternoons and listen to either Phil or Chuck, because I know Chuck fills in from time to time, call a game, and sitting there fishing around a treetop trying to catch me a big old bass and, listen to home runs. So, I mean, that's just right around the corner.
That's a pretty good life. That's a pretty good life right there.
But I wanted to add something that I don't know if the fans have really thought about a whole lot, but since Silverfield's gotten in, I think this has got to be the most Arkansas kids we've had on the roster, at least since, 2021? If you go through the kids we just added for the high school ranks and the couple that we got in the portal plus what's already on there, and you think about I've been told my whole life, Arkansas's been at its best when we get, as a decent portion of the roster has got Arkansas kids. So, I mean, that's got me excited about the future just because what I've been told my whole life and what's on the roster. And I feel like we've got some pretty good kids, talent-wise, that I know they're young, but I feel like, if Ryan Silverfield can get them going, the future could be very, very bright.
I think it's a good step in the right direction. We live in such a different world now that you've got to fill roster spots with guys that can help you now in the portal. And then you hope that you can get guys in state or good recruits, whether it's from Oklahoma or Texas or whatever, out of high school, that are going to stick with you for a couple of years, and you're able to develop these players. I mean, listen, I'll say this. To me, Chuck, we'll see how it goes with KJ Jackson this year. Does he win the quarterback competition? We think he probably will. But that's a success that you've been able to keep him here as long as you've had if he goes out and performs this year. Because that's rare in today's world, right?
Well, I think that we saw right away that keeping KJ Jackson, Quincy Rhodes, some of these other guys was really important. And I've come to believe in a short amount of time that you can argue that that's the most important part of the transfer portal. It's not getting guys in, it's keeping the ones you got, keeping somebody from coming in and taking them, which is much, much easier said than done. You were talking about how it's a different world now. It is. In-state kids, there was a time when, all things being equal, the kid from Arkansas would give you everything he had, and the kid from the other place might not. Now, with everybody getting paid and with tampering the way it is, I don't know how much that comes into play. I just don't know. But I do know that fans like it when you sign in-state kids because, again, it's validation. It's validation for their small town, for everybody that's had a role in that kid's life. It's validation when the Razorbacks offer a scholarship.
I just have this feeling, this thought this morning. We need a revival in Arkansas of feelings.
We need a good old-fashioned tent revival.
We need, like like everything you're talking about, we use these terms like transactional instead of relational. And, you know, it's a trigger kind of conversation. But everything has become very transactional, because when it becomes about the money and when it becomes about like you can't survive without it, it becomes transactional. And I think just from going back to 1998 when I moved here, one of the things that fundamentally has just shifted over the course of time to as we sit here in February 4th of 2026 is we've lost that, all those feelings that you just got done talking about, the pride of being a Razorback, the pride of coming from a small town, a fan that feels like they're a part of the team because they go to the games every weekend or they make the drive. All of that stuff that we talk about, we're phasing fans out when the tickets are this or the seating license is that. And, the money's going up, so how are you going to pay for it? And we're over here in this business conversation, and it has to happen. Like, those conversations have to happen. But what I feel like we're missing more than anything is just that the feeling of feeling like you can do it or you matter or it's important, and that the roster cares and feels like that. And so when Silverfield comes out and says in-state's important, all this, it's just a start and it's just a talking point right now. But if you get high school communities and fans are a part of those communities excited and they can feel like they're a part of this again, I just feel like we're missing that.
Well,
maybe I'm not articulating this very well.
I'm going to go back to that word validation for just a minute. This is what I noticed about Silverfield. This is what I like about Silverfield, and this is what I don't like about some other things. My guess would be some of the small towns that Silverfield signed players from, he's the only one in that building that even knew where the town was. In that building. He's the only one that even knew where that place was. Fans need to be validated. Communities need to be validated. And there's got to be some good old-fashioned salesmanship, too. You talk about you want to make things not seem transactional, go out and sell the hell out of it. Go to these towns and sell it. You know, there's no substitute for enthusiasm. Coach Boyle's convinced us for 50 years we were as good as anybody. Even though when we look back now, we realize, well, that might have been a stretch. But we believed it. You have to validate your communities. And one of the ways you do that is sign players from those communities. Now, they've got to be good enough to help you win. You know, you can sign a bunch of Arkansas kids, and if you go 2-10, you're still going to get fired. So you've got to find a way to make the mix. But I do think that validating communities in a small rural state is really, really important. And sometimes you got to go to that town to validate them, and we don't do that as much as we used to.
It's not only important, it can end up being pretty powerful.
Well, it's the difference sometimes. It's the difference.
Pretty powerful. You want to know, the person you're dealing with, whatever, like if you're giving money or if you're supporting something, that there's a validation that comes along with that, right? Like you talked about Norm and all the baseball money that was raised. It was about Norm and that connection and that relationship with Norm. I'm about to put my house on the market.
Yeah.
I think we should do an open house.
That would be fun.
But
can we all come?
Weichert is walking me through the whole process, and we haven't signed anything yet.
Well, that's
but I've already been kind of told these are all the things that are going to happen.
And I'll bet it all happens exactly like they've laid it out. That's what they do at Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. That was my experience. They knew all the things that were going to happen. I had no clue, and all of a sudden I'm in a house. I mean, that's basically what happened. And that really is not much of an exaggeration. But they did walk me through the process, and they did make it easy. And it's not a simple transaction. Now, some people have done this multiple times, and you do know what's going on. It's nice to have a pro on your side. It's nice to have someone who's been doing this, in their case, since 1978. They know the market. They've got buyers if you're selling, and they know exactly where to look. when you outline what you want in a home if you're a buyer. They've been doing it again since 1978. Washington and Benton counties, Fort Smith, Branson. You can log on to WankerGriffin.com.
831. Are we a bunch of idiots or what?
Yes, we are.
Yes.
Yes, we are. Yes.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, it's Bo, and it seems like every day somebody else is asking me about the Sweating 'em Edge. It's real. It's a new me. It can be a new you. It's completely changed my energy level and my exercise gains. My mind's clearer. I sleep better. Life's just more enjoyable. If you get drained in the afternoon, or maybe you just can't shake that weight, do what I did. Take the Sweating 'em Edge. It's a free consultation. You get your results, and they'll give you a game plan. Just search the Sweating 'em Edge or log on to SweatingEmCosmetic.com. Kids, there's never a good deal good enough with a bad person. Still a bad deal.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
The Razorbacks and your ability or inability to go to games has always been a status symbol in our state. It's always been a status symbol. Where do you sit? How often do you go? When I was growing up and you went to a game and you bought a program, all the foundation members were listed. Their level of giving was listed. Their hometown was listed. You went and you looked at it. Those were the important people in your town. They wanted their names in there. It was an ego boost. The only ones that didn't were the ones that didn't want their preacher to know they were giving more to the Razorbacks than they were to the church. There was a lot of them out there. But it was a status symbol. It's always been a status symbol, more so now than ever. The Razorbacks should not be just for the people in our state that have done the best financially or have inherited the most money from their parents. That's not what the Razorbacks were intended to be. That's not how this program was built. That's the reason that even though there is another university that plays Division I football in our state, we are still 90% a Razorback state, even in the areas that are a 30-minute drive from the other place. The Razorbacks still dominate. I don't know if that's an era gone by. I don't know. I do know that there is, and this is when I used the word psychology a little bit earlier, this is where it all comes into play. I think we're in dangerous territory when the Razorbacks become a symbol of how well you've done in life. Whether or not you go to the games become a symbol of how well you've done in life. That's a slippery slope, and we're right in the middle of it right now. And I do think you run the risk of losing a loyal fan base.
When you're looking for tough, reliable equipment for people you trust, WT Equipment delivers. WT Equipment is a local, family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And they've built their reputation by carrying the brands you know and depend on. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, and Steel, they have the equipment and implements to get the job done right. Whether you're tackling a big job or everyday work, WT Equipment offers a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance, including compact track loaders, skid steers, excavators, and more. Their lots are packed and ready to move with special deals you don't want to miss. Bobcat is the industry leader, tough, reliable, and built to handle any job you throw at it. Nobody does light construction or hay and forage better than WT Equipment, backed by trusted service and support long after the sale. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment location today or log on to WTEquip.com. Tools you trust and people you know.
You know, Oaklawn and Hot Springs is where excitement, luxury, and nonstop action come together, all in one unforgettable destination. The Oaklawn Casino Resort features a 24/7 smoke-free casino with more than 1,500 slot machines, plus blackjack, craps, roulette, along with great dining, live entertainment, and energy that goes all night. When it comes time to relax, check into the luxury hotel, enjoy award-winning restaurants like the Bugler, and unwind at the Astral Spa, Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa. And it's the perfect escape with Hot Springs National Park and beautiful scenic lakes just minutes away. And for sports fans, Oaklawn Sportsbook keeps the action going year-round. Bet on football, basketball, baseball, golf, and more. Even international sports with easy deposits and withdrawals, all through America's best sports betting app. Oaklawn is your Hot Springs escape. Plan your visit today at oaklawn.com.
The Chuck and Bo Show on demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Catch up on all 3 hours with the podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
I was 6 years old. We played with a legendary quarterback, Joe fucking Ferguson. 31-7. We sent him back to Austin.
I thought he went all the way.
Yeah,
I didn't think it was a check swing. I didn't think it was a check swing. I thought he went around.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
All right, nation leading 4 Hogs, including Gabe Gackle, Carson Wiggins, Ryder Helfrich, and Cam Koziel, named to preseason All-American, or named preseason All-Americans by Baseball America. The Razorbacks are going to celebrate Norm DeBryan night on a Nike throwback uniform and cap on Friday, March 27th. He's going into the Hall of Fame, the College Baseball Hall of Fame, part of the 2025 class, Thursday, February 12th. Norm DeBryan was the driver's ed teacher at the University of Arkansas. Like, he saw the job on a bulletin board in Colorado, wasn't it? Can you imagine?
That was a hoot.
Can you imagine? And he takes the baseball job because nobody else wants it. They hand it to him in a folder. So this guy doesn't have, like, he was a scout with the Yankees and then, took this college. No, he basically started the baseball program. And he's going into the College Baseball Hall of Fame with some guy named Mark McGwire and some other guy like Steven Strasburg. I mean, it's like fairy tale stuff. When you think about a story, somebody's journey, I mean, what a legend.
The one thing about Norm, and I can tell you from traveling with him for 11, 12 years, the respect that he had from other coaches. There was never, and Dave's this way too, there's never a single time when they walk out there that you're not proud they're your coach. That, you're proud that they're wearing your logo. That's my coach, my team. Norm had that quality about him every single day. And Dave does too. But I was struck early on about, the number of coaches nationwide that you could tell their respect level for him was really high.
A couple other headlines. Utah Jazz are acquiring star forward Jaren Jackson from Memphis as part of an 8-player trade. Bart, your thoughts quickly, because we know you're a Grizzlies fan.
I hate everything that the Grizzlies front office is doing.
Everything they stand for.
They identify and draft talent at a pretty high level, pretty successful clip. The rest of the operation, when it comes to managing the team and the roster and everything, and coaching staff is beyond poor.
I got a quick question.
Maybe when they move him to Seattle,
I got
everything will come together.
Follow-up question. Of the teams you follow, the Bengals, the Memphis Grizzlies, the Arkansas Razorbacks, is there another one?
The Cincinnati Reds.
The Cincinnati Reds. Is there another one?
No,
okay. Is that 4?
Yeah.
Are you happy with
of the
any
4 teams that you follow?
Mm-hmm.
Do any of them ever have a chance to get it right? I mean, are they all just going to always suck?
From a pro franchise. Let's start with the pro franchise.
Like, is anybody not effing it up?
No, not really. I think my big three sports teams have probably the worst combination of general managers that you could have. Like I don't think you could pick if you just went individual.
Bengals, Reds.
So if we had
Bengals, Reds, Grizzlies.
Okay.
If you don't mind,
maybe the 3 worst.
I'd just like
GM
to continue down this road for a second.
Yeah.
So, like, if we had a summit, and it was all the leaders from your 4 organizations that you follow, would anybody learn anything?
Oh, jeez.
Be a lot of yelling.
Well, yes, because at least the Reds have Tito Francona as their manager, and
They
and
got
did
Ellie
go,
De La Cruz.
and did go to the playoffs last year, and Tito, I think, is one of the best managers in baseball. I think he worked magic last year because the Reds roster was awful. It's better this year, so we'll see. But people, you can learn from Tito for sure.
Reds will win the division this
So
year.
there's one guy in that whole mix that somebody could learn something from.
Well, among coaching staff,
I
and
see why you're so angry. now.
coaching staff and front office. I mean, look, the Bengals have Al Golden on staff. I think he's a great defensive coordinator. The fact that the Bengals don't have a single defensive player who's worth a damn isn't his fault. I think he's a great defensive coordinator. So you can learn something from him. I think the head coach, the Bengals head coach, the Grizzlies head coach, I don't really think much of them.
This is more than I wanted. I was trying to say surface level because I thought I knew it was good though. Also, James Harden. The Clippers have
problem,
traded
man.
11-time All-Star guard James Harden to Cleveland. Listen, I don't for Darius Garland in a second-round pick. I'll watch some NBA. Like, I'm not sitting here for 1/2 a second trying to tell you I know anything about the NBA. But every year, it seems like there's 2 or 3 things happening with James Harden. 1, he's a highlight machine. 2, he's gaining weight. 3, he's going to another team. Or 4, there's talk of him eating wings in another strip club. Like at any point,
usually all 4.
At any point, that's what I see. Like just not even paying attention, just like drive by the screen.
One NBA broadcaster went on an incredible rant about James Harden, like just off the cuff, the other day about how basically saying he's the problem because Harden has a tendency to blame the situation he's in, blame the teammates, blame
how much money is
blame
James
the
Harden
coaching
made,
staff,
man?
blame that. Meanwhile, the guy hasn't won crap and never will.
If I'm playing for Cleveland right now, I'm like, oh my gosh. I mean, if I pass it to James Harden, it ain't coming back.
Right.
You know?
And also, you now know that you're not going to compete for an NBA championship because James Harden's on your team.
I agree with that part, too. I'll tell you something I noticed, boys. And Bart, you included this in the notes. There's not going to be, from what I understand, there's not going to be a college bowl game on New Year's Eve. No. There's not going to be a college football playoff game on New Year's Eve because the NFL is going to play then.
It's even more spread out.
I don't ever recall a New Year's Eve where there wasn't a college football bowl game, like a big one. But the NFL has, and I guess we should have seen this coming, but the NFL is not going to let the college football playoff have center stage. They're not going to defer. They're going to make the college football playoff move their games to accommodate the NFL, which I did not expect to see happen. But I guess in retrospect, we should have expected that. Maybe you guys did.
Well,
I did.
I think you're spot on.
We are dangerously close to the national championship game being the day before the Super Bowl.
I mean, we're not far.
I mean, seriously, we're talking about like days. When will the national championship game be played next
the
year?
25th of January or something.
And
there are like 2 weeks between the quarterfinals and the semifinals, and then another 2 weeks between the semifinals.
That's ridiculous.
And the national championship.
They don't do that in the pros. Play every week.
It's also ridiculous that we're giving trophies out after games in the
agree.
playoff.
I volunteer myself to be the czar of college football.
Well,
and fix all this nonsense.
Well, the good news is you have just as much power as Charlie Baker, the president of the NCAA.
He said something stupid the other day. I gotta find this quote.
The only difference between you and Charlie Baker and the power that you have over all of this is that you're here in the studio with us today. That's the only difference. You have equal power.
I got to find this.
Can't you just see
so
Bart
good.
every Tuesday night on the college football selection show? They interview Bart after they, after they come out with all the standings and the numbers. It'd be awesome. It'd be great.
Maybe we
TV.
should do that next year on our own. Like we have our own segment where we ask Bart questions and he defends he throws the. The problem is he wouldn't defend. We'd have to make
him
him
under the bus.
defend the committee.
Did they get anything right, Bart? Anything?
Something Charlie Baker said when he was talking about the Bediako thing and players playing that are out of eligibility or that left college or whatever. He said, we have to marry those two tracks, the state courts and the federal courts, and it's going to take a while. Well, yeah, Charlie, there's something called the United States Constitution that doesn't allow for that.
Well, I didn't get that deep.
It's a mere.
Yeah.
That's just a mere fact of to deal with. It's 8:46. All this makes you want to have a flight by Yuengling. Yuengling. You know what Yuengling is. I mean, it tastes like a Yuengling. You've had that taste. Well, a flight is 95 calories, but tastes like a Yuengling. It's the next generation of light beer. Yuengling Flight. Ask for it. Next time you're at a Walk-On's watching a game, they got it on tap. Walk-On's a great place to watch games, by the way. If the Razorbacks are on the road, like Saturday morning, there's a decent chance that I'll find my way to a Walk-On's. Has some great food. Watch Arkansas. Bart says Arkansas by 100. In Starkville.
I didn't say that.
Meanwhile, Chuck will be. Do you ever go to Little Dewey's when you're down there?
I have been to Little Dewey's.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll make it
Since
this trip. I mean, it's 11 a.m. tip.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I
You
don't
gotta
know.
get to bed like as soon as you land.
Yes.
Yeah, you gotta get to work.
That's right.
Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. It's 8:47. Good morning.
Well, I've got a lot more rhythm than people realize.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Looking for the perfect light beer to kick off the new year? Flight by Yuengling raises the bar for light beers. With just 95 calories, you can enjoy the crisp, refreshing taste of a Yuengling, but it's a light beer. Grab a Flight at your favorite store or ask your bartender and take your beer game to new heights. It's perfect for the holidays or watching a game. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. Are you looking for tough, reliable equipment from people you can trust? WT Equipment is your local family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And yep, they're big-time hog fans too. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, Steel, and more. They carry the brands you know and trust to get the job done. Whether it's equipment or implements, WT Equipment has the tools you need, including a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment today.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hold on, guys. I'm on the Chuck and Bo Show. Hold on.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric is here to help you lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Paschal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit gopaschal.com today to schedule your service.
And Razorback fans, we've got exciting news. Paschal is now proud to be the official air, plumbing, and electric provider of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Hey, it's Bo, and I had no idea how little I knew about insurance until my man James Boyette of State Farm started telling me. For over a decade, he's been delivering real value, not just the lowest price. That means helping customers find the right coverage for their life with personalized plans that evolve as life changes. Serving all of Arkansas and Missouri. If you're looking for a true insurance partner, auto, home, life, whatever you need, go to JamesBoyett.com.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acuras, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under $30,000. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutopark.com. That's FayettevilleAutopark.com.
Distribution Solutions Incorporated began providing superior customer service back in 1997 based out of Harrison, Arkansas, and they're supporting our local communities today and always looking for professional OTR drivers. DSI knows drivers by name. They're about their people, and when you work with DSI, it feels more like a family than a job, and they know home time matters. If you're a driver, check out their website, drivedsi.com. All the benefits, all the vacation time, and that home time that matters.
Did you know you can listen to a podcast version of the show? The Chuck and Bo Show On Demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Parts and can be found every weekday on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
You're just going to have to go today. You're just going to have to. Today is going to be
what I told myself.
One of those days you're just going to have to go, and you'll be glad you did.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Breaking news, Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room.
We have breaking news.
Joey Aguilar news.
Oh, yeah. Tennessee quarterback.
Tennessee quarterback. This from Knoxnews.com.
somebody.
From Tennessee.
Knoxnews.com.
This from somebody.
Tennessee quarterback Joey Aguilar has been granted a temporary restraining order against NCAA eligibility rules by, guess what, a Knoxville judge, serving as the first step toward his potential return for the Vols in the 2026 season. On February 4th, Chancellor Christopher Hegarty issued the 15-day order in Knox County Chancery Court. It prohibits the NCAA from restricting his eligibility because he played junior college football before his D1 career. The next step is a preliminary injunction. Hearing is set for February 6th.
Would you want to be the judge in Tuscaloosa or Knoxville who has to run for re-election, who declares the local hero ineligible? Of course not.
Not unless everybody in your town.
Of course not.
Unless they all hate the team.
Yeah, unless everybody's down on him.
Here's the other thing. This is not what the courts are for, man.
Oh, well, they are not.
Like, this is not what they're for.
This happens in business all the time, Bart.
Right, in business.
This is business now.
No, this is a schmuck who knows he doesn't have a chance in hell to play in the NFL.
Whoa. Hold on.
A schmuck?
Hold on. You want to call a guy a schmuck because he can go make a bunch of money over here, and you want to call him a schmuck for going to court to be able to do it?
Are you talking about the judge or the player? Who's
I'm
the schmuck?
talking about everybody.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm
They're
talking
all
about
schmucks.
everybody.
Well, okay, so you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't be Joey Aguilar and go, I can't play in the NFL. Let's say that's what it is. I'm not saying that. You said that. I can't play in the NFL. Whoa. You would not then try to go back to school and make $1.2.3 million?
I would.
Why would you not?
But somebody's got to say no. I mean, I'm sure your kids have worked you for lots of things over the years, and at one point or another, you finally managed to say no.
Few and far between. Apparently not enough.
But my point is, I don't blame him for asking. I don't blame him for trying. But at some point, there's got to be an adult who says, no, we're not going to do this.
The story says if the injunction is denied, he'll turn his attention to NFL draft workouts.
Yeah.
You got nothing to lose.
He's been in college since 2019.
I don't blame him is my point.
I don't blame him for asking. But
I don't blame him.
I blame the judge. I blame the coaching staff. I blame everybody
society
involved.
In general.
This is a sham.
Well, no, what we have
is a sham.
we have an NCAA situation, we have a college athletic situation that has been taken over by the courts because apparently what we're doing is illegal.
It's not. It's not.
They need to figure out their business because it's going to keep happening.
Bart, I think you should go back to law school, get a law degree, and become the face of the fan when it comes to college football. You need to be involved in this personally.
Yeah, get like
no one has the passion you have.
I hope Tennessee goes 0-12 next year. This is bogus, man.
Unless they fire Heupel and hire Chad Morris.
I hope Alabama flames out in the first round of the NCAA tournament. I hope they don't even make it. I hope they don't win another game this season.
Bruce Pearl says they ought to be barred.
I think they should be. They're cheating.
Did you notice how Bart came to life?
Alabama's cheating.
Bart came to life as the show went on.
we would get them going. Hey, have a great Wednesday. We're going to try to do it again tomorrow. Chuck and Bo Show.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acuras, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under $30,000. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutopark.com. That's FayettevilleAutopark.com. Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life, too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeicherGriffin.com.
Make Valentine's Day easy this year with a gift card from Woodhouse Spa Rogers. And when you go in spa and purchase $150 or more, you'll receive a complimentary Lux Spa candle. Or a $350 gift card gets you a Kendra Scott bracelet at no additional cost while supplies last. Give the gift of relaxation this Valentine's Day. For more info, call 479-335-2800 or log on to rogers.woodhouse.com.